Tabsy is on standby with the news headlines.
The order of the day, indeed, a first look at those news headlines, starting off here in South Africa, where Public Works and Infrastructure Minister Patricia de Lille said in a statement yesterday parcels of land released as part of the government's commitment to land reform, redistribution and restitution must be used for human settlements and not for resale to the private sector. Last year, the cabinet released 167 portions of land measuring 14,105 hectares, with a further 684 hectares since. The land has been released in several provinces, including the Northern Cape, Eastern Cape, Northwest and the Western Cape. The city of Cape Town has reminded residents and businesses that solar energy to power their premises needs to be registered. Although there are no exact figures, the city says that there has been an increase in residents installing solar panels and other similar systems. Both the municipality and the Western Cape government have tried to simplify the application process for residents who wish to harness the sun's energy to partly power their homes. In international headlines, former South Sudanese rebel leader Riek Machar was released was yesterday sworn in as first vice president, sealing a peace deal aimed at ending 6 years of civil war. President Salva Kiir witnessed the moment at a ceremony at the State House, the capital of Juba. It's hoped that the new unity government will bring an end to the conflict that has killed some 400,000 people and displaced millions. Saturday's ceremony took place just before the deadline for an agreement expired. 9 Turkish people, including 3 children, died and some 40 were injured, including 9 critically after a magnitude 5.7 earthquake struck in southeastern Turkey that is near the border with Iran. The shallow tremor caused more than 1,000 buildings to collapse, and at least 75 were injured and houses damaged in 43 villages in Iran's West Azerbaijan province. Earthquakes are common in the region. In 1999, about 17,000 people died in an earthquake in the western Turkish city of Izmit, and in 1990, some 40,000 people died in Iran. And now some proud news. The South Africa's culinary team has made us truly proud, competing in Stuttgart in Germany. The team bagged 3 bronze medals at the oldest, largest and most diverse international culinary competition in the world. The 25th IKA Culinary Olympics, as reported last Monday, Chef Nicholas van der Walt took bronze for his sugar workpiece King for a Day, which featured South Africa's glorious King Protea. The other bronzes were earned for the IKA Chef's Table and the Restaurant of Nations events, where they had to cook a 3-course meal for 110 people, evaluated by 10 judges. Now, the team of Trevor Boyd, the manager, Kirsten Hellenman, and Adrian Vigas-Brown, Bradley van Niekerk, Oscar Bartz, Fiso Chiziano, Chante Rabi have indeed helped to keep South Africa on the international culinary map. And we doff our caps, and should it be our toques to you folks. And now for a quick glimpse into the world of entertainment. We have been wishing for it since 2004, and they've been teasing it since October, and now it's official. The popular American sitcom Friends is coming back for a once-off special. Yes, indeed. Now, each of the 6 core cast members have confirmed the exclusive untitled script reunion on social media to huge fan excitement. More on this story later in our full entertainment report. Right now, that's where we leave it. Here is Graham with a look at your sports.
Tracking a massive amount of sport after a busy weekend. Let's delve right in with cricket. South Africa made the necessary comeback after a first T20 thrashing against Australia to beat the visitors by 12 runs in a thrilling second T20 that played out at St George's Park in Port Elizabeth yesterday. The Proteas winning the toss, deciding to bat, posting 158 in their 20 overs, with skipper Quinton de Kock shining again, hitting 70 from just 47 deliveries. The hosts then restricted Australia to 146 for 6. Malungi Ngidi picking up 3 wickets in the process. The Proteas have now levelled the 3-match series 1-1. The decider will be played out at Newlands on Wednesday. And not only were the Proteas men victorious over the weekend, but the Proteas women recorded a 6-wicket win over England with 2 balls to spare in their opening match in the ICC Women's T20 World Cup, currently playing out in Australia. South Africa won the toss, decided to field, and watched as England posted 123 for 8. South Africa's Danae van Niekerk, who's in superb form at the moment, reaching 46 runs. Marizanne Kapp hitting 38 to guide their team to the win. So Proteas will next face Thailand. That match will take place on Friday. Then the Springbok women's sevens team won their second Rwanda sevens title in as many years. The Imbokoro beat the Bulant Rebels, SWD Titans, Blue Jets and Busy Bees to walk away as overall winners in wet conditions. Paul Delport's side kept a clean sheet against all teams as they prepare for the HSBC World Rugby Sevens Challenger Series taking place in Stellenbosch next month. Then round 4 of Super Rugby saw the Stormers become the only unbeaten team in the competition after recording a 17-7 win over Argentina's Jaguares at Newlands. That was on Saturday. In other Super Rugby results, the Sharks defeated the Rebels 36-24 and the Bulls remain winless in the competition, narrowly losing out 21-23 to the visiting Blues at Loftus. After round 4, the Stormers topped the overall standings with defending champions the Crusaders in second and the Brumbies in third. The Nedbank Cup football resumed this weekend with Highlands Park stunning last year's finalists Kaizer Chiefs, beating them 5-4 in a penalty shootout. In other results, Mamelodi Sundowns beat Vaal University 2-0. Black Leopards saw off Amavaravara FC, that was 2-0, and Bloem Celtic, they edged out Maritzburg United 3-2. There'll be one Nedbank Cup fixture this evening, Bidvest Wits hosting Chippa United at the Bidvest Wits Stadium, and that kicks off at 7:30. Then some exciting fixtures in the Premier League over the past 2 days. Chelsea beat Tottenham Hotspur 2-1. That was in the London derby to kick-start the weekend's proceedings. Despite missing a penalty, Manchester City still overcame Leicester 1-0. And yesterday's biggest result saw Man United thrash Watford 3-0, and Arsenal come from behind to beat Everton 3-2. There'll be one Premier League fixture this evening with table toppers Liverpool taking on West Ham United at Anfield. That kicks off at 10 p.m. We'll delve into a little bit of heavyweight boxing as well in our weekend review in just a moment. Ashraf Mohammed is here for that, so stick around.
Thank you very much, Graham. Now, we've asked you to send in your sunrise pictures, and thank you very much to Barbara Ann Hall for sending us this incredible sunrise from Cape Town, where plenty of sunshine is expected with very warm temperatures reaching a max of 28 degrees. We also got this one from Fata Khan, this beautiful grey skyline from Richards Bay, where partly to mainly sunny conditions are expected with beautiful temperatures, and you can expect it will reach a max of 28 degrees. How stunning are those pictures? Get yours through to us on our Facebook page. It's Expresso Morning Show SABC3. And now we take a first look at those temperatures across the country. We start off with Polokwane, high humidity today, 13, that's your low, reaching a high of 24, with times of sun and clouds for Mbombela, 15 and 23. And if you're out in the capital city, Pretoria, 12, that's your minimum, reaching a maximum of 26 degrees. Johannesburg, a low of 12, highs of 25, with a northeasterly wind. It's going at 15 k's. That's in Mahikeng, 15, that's your low, reaching a high of 28. Sun and clouds for Klerksdorp, 13 and 29, with Kimberley starting off at 15 and peaking at 30 degrees. If you're out in Bloemfontein, 12 and 28, and a couple of showers are expected today for Richards Bay, 17 reaching a high of 24. Pietermaritzburg, 14 reaching a max of 24, with occasional rain for Durban, 18 and 25. If you're out in Mthatha, 11, that's where you start off, peaking at 24 degrees. East London, 16 and 23, and the lowest temperatures in the country, that's for Craddock, that's 10 and 29. It's a sunny day though. Port Elizabeth, a bit of sun there, 16 and 23, with high humidity for George, 14 minimum, reaching a maximum of 21 degrees. Sunny times once again for Sutherland, 13 and 29, with a southeasterly wind going at 17 k's per hour. That's for the mother city, Cape Town, 16 and 28. Those are the temperatures. Worcester, 18 and 34. And if you're out in Springbok, you've got the highest temperatures in the country today, 23, that's your low, reaching a high of 36, with Uppington at 22 and 36. And that's where we leave it for now. The next update in just over half an hour.
All right, ladies, here's the scenario, okay? Your crush. Okay, G-Star gets into your DMs, okay, and you think that they're flirting with you now. What gift do you send to kind of spice up your life? What do you do?
What did you send him when he slid into your DM?
I did not respond to the DM, but it depends. If you like feeling the vibe, oh yes, kids in the studio today, but maybe just like a young shimmy, just like a
young,
hey, like a hi mama, how you doing?
The eyes.
I feel like you would be the perfect person.
He's the perfect person.
You're the person.
You're so animated sometimes when you want to be.
Thank you.
Just give us that smooth.
Yes.
When I don't want to be either, I think it's just always there.
Why is it about me? What about you?
What would
you do?
Me?
Because
I'd send that one. There's that gift that's like
steamy eyes. Ooh, hey, you could be a gift. You really are. You
Yes,
are actually, she
I
is
am
actually
a
a gift.
gift.
A little bit later in the show, we are going to be releasing our very own gifts. How cool is that?
Ooh.
But maybe you got one. Create your own gift for us this morning. What would you do to spice up your life if someone got into your DMs and you wanted to show them just a little extra spice?
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso. Thank you so much for tuning in on this beautiful Monday morning. Let's dive right in. South Africa cricket is happy after a shaky start, but some incredible performances from both the men's and the women's teams in their respective T20 encounters that took place yesterday, not so much on Friday. Then we're going to take a look at what went down for the Protea teams with our sports editor, Ashfaq Mohammed, and later we'll review Super Rugby clashes. Then we'll get into a whole host of other sporting action, from heavyweight boxing to heavyweights duking it out on the field. Ash, what a weekend, man.
Guten Morgen, Graham. I just came from Berlin with the Laureus Awards, where the Springboks won another trophy, so I'm buzzing, and it's great to see our national cricket teams are also playing their part.
I was thinking about that the whole weekend. Sachin, talk to me, Sachin, please. Just how was that?
Yeah, no, amazing. I think the two highlights for me was obviously the Springboks winning it, but interviewing Steve Waugh about the Proteas, asking him, and it's great to tap into his mindset about mental toughness.
One of the greatest cricketing minds of our
And also
era,
chatting to Jason Colby, our rocket man from Cape Town, how his life is in France and just the Springboks, and it was fantastic.
Living large, man.
Yeah.
Well, I know how emotionally invested in the Proteas, men and women,
Yes,
you are. So
yes.
Walk me through the implosion, the trouncing that happened on I know T20 is unforgiving,
Yes.
but to lose by 107 runs in that fashion, I'd kind of given up all hope after that.
You know, both sides coming through yesterday. The Proteas women, firstly, to beat England for the first time in ICC tournament. You know, it's a fantastic achievement. They did so well to restrict them and then, you know, getting through over the line just at the end in the last over. Mignon du Preez scoring 2 boundaries in that final over to take them over the line.
Because it's that kind of mental toughness that you're going to need in T20. You can't escape the fact that it's, yes, you can lay a foundation, but ultimately you need individuals to stand up in the final over, whether it's taking 2 wickets, restricting to 5-6 runs, or scoring 2 boundaries.
Yeah, and it was a 100th T20 international as well, Mignon du Preez. You know, so amazing day for her. But, you know, after I think they restricted him to about 128 or so, we expected the Proteas women to get there easily, you know. But, of course, the pressure of the tournament, and it's England who've always beaten them in the past, you know, just pressure got to them after the captain, Dane van Niekerk, and Marisa and Cup set it up so well. They got an 84-run partnership. And then from there, you thought they were cruising. But just a couple of wickets, you know, and messed things around a bit. But Mignon came through in the end.
It'll show you up. So they face Thailand next?
Yes, Thailand, yeah, next. You know, so we don't know quite what to expect from Thailand in a cricketing sense. That will be interesting. But, yeah, sets up the tournament beautifully for them. You know, hopefully they can go all the way this time.
Looking at the men's performance yesterday, we're not even going to talk about Friday because that was an absolute implosion, and we know that happens. We can obviously tip our hats to Ashton Agar.
Yeah.
I mean, a hat-trick in any format, but it's kind of the 17th or something hat-trick in the history of T20s.
And I believe it could have been his second in international cricket. Wow. I don't know in which other format he's done it. So certainly a guy who can produce on the big stage. But yeah, wonderful comeback yesterday from the Proteas. You know, I thought they showed real character after such a great start by Quinton de Kock. You know, 70 or 47 balls, playing some beautiful shots here. But you expected them to get a bit more than about 158 for 4, which they ended up with, you know.
You think
considering that start, But of course, the St. George's Park pitch is always a bit tough, you know, to score quickly. It's slow and low, and the spinners come into it. So 158 wasn't too bad. But with Australia getting off to such a good start, David Warner again solid there. You thought they were cruising, but then former captain, fantastic, Faf du Plessis, pulling off an amazing catch from Steve Smith at long on, diving forward, and we saw later on again Faf involved in that.
Combining with David Miller for a
relay.
alley-oop. And it's amazing how a moment like that can turn a team on, and then you need your bowlers to back it up. And obviously Lungi Ngidi getting 3 wickets there. He's proving himself to be an amazing exponent in the short format. So the win by 12 runs in the second T20 sets us up beautifully for the final of sorts, if you will, for Wednesday. Let's delve very quickly into Super Rugby. Stormers still unbeaten, top of the conference. We kind of saw this coming with the Springbok late inside, but they're looking good. Yeah,
especially against a team like Jaguares, who's almost like an Argentina test team, you know, so they need to be beaten, especially up front. And I thought the Stormers pack did well, certainly in the first 50 to 60 minutes. Jaguares coming back in the second half, but Herschel Yankees again proving the difference, you know, sniping around.
He's got to be one of the fastest players in the game, like, fastest thinkers in the game.
Oh, yeah.
Look at
that's, he's just gone, you know, and that shows some great straight line speed there. I think perhaps only Makazole Mapimpi is quicker than him in South African rugby. So
got a feel for the Bulls left of late. I mean,
so tough,
like their whole season this far, they haven't been bad, but just pipped at the line.
And it's really difficult conditions. Was pouring with rain at Loftus Versfeld, you know. So they did quite well to stay in the lead there, but just at the end conceding a penalty. Yep,
going down to the Blues, 21-23. Stormers beating the Jaguares, 17-7. And of course, the Sharks still looking strong, beating the Rebels onto a 24-36. A little bit later, we'll delve into some of our Nedbank Cup action. A host of fixtures there, 1 or 2 surprises, but an English Premier League, and of course the Gypsy King reigns supreme. Tyson Fury gets the heavyweight crown that he has been lusting after, beating a very wobbly Deontay Wilder. We'll take you through that in just a moment.
All right, busy times in the world of sport, Time for us to shine the spotlight on people doing some incredible work, supporting a worthy cause with our local career heroes. I'm talking about Globe Fight. They are on a mission to fight cancer, and they're doing such an incredible job in that space.
Absolutely. Our very own Tolo recently joined the team to show support to cancer survivors and to those who are fighting the brave fight by taking part in their shave-a-thon and cycling extravaganza. Let's take a look.
We're gearing up to race against cancer here with the courier heroes at Globe Flight's Valentine's Day extravaganza. It's time to put the pedal to the metal and raise funds for cancer that will help with research in order to educate the general public with regards to symptoms, screening, risk education, but more importantly, providing care and assistance to all those affected by cancer. Now, Munich, the relationship between Globe Flight and cancer has been going on for many years now. Tell us more about it.
Well, we are so thankful for Globe Flight. You know, this is our 17th Shave-a-thon, and Globe Flight being an official partner for us, they are just saving us on so much cost. So our profit margin on Shave-a-thon is just so much more because they are actually couriering all the items for us to all the shopping malls, to the corporate companies, and it must be on time because the 29th of February is Shave-a-thon.
And talk to us about what's going to be going down here today. Why the decision to cycle in order to raise funds for cancer?
Well, today is actually the official launch, and we are doing shaving and spraying, but then we decided to put a different angle to it on the keep moving aspect. You know, so the bikes are here, and Globe Flight will be sponsoring R1 for every kilometer cycled.
How many kilometers do you think you guys are going to clock?
Well, not just me, but everybody together today, at least 1,000, and that's what we're going to aim for. And we're just going to encourage the staff, the people around here, the Lions team that is going to come around, the celebrities that are coming to, Mr. South Africa is coming, we've got Isabel Hoffman and a few other celebrities coming, and they're all just going to cycle, and we're going to see if we can reach 1,000 kilometers at least today.
Joanne, how did Globe Flight come to host such an impactful event like Race Against Cancer?
Globe Flight got involved with Cancer Association quite a few years ago, and we do a lot of distribution for Shave-a-thon, and accordingly every year we love to get involved. It's an awesome event, and frankly speaking, we're all touched by cancer, so I think we all need to do our bit, and where Globe Flight can, we do a lot more.
Whether it was getting rainbow-coloured 80s Cyndi Lauper hair, going the full Vin Diesel at the Shave-a-thon, or doing your own personal Tour de France on a stationary bike, it was all about getting the attention of every fellow South African about cancer, and hopefully before it impacts their lives. My highlight for today was definitely getting my beard sprayed white, and of course the green star on my head.
I decided to color my hair in support of cancer. Cancer awareness! Ayoma!
Yaku, why did you decide to take a break from the rugby field today and come and support this amazing initiative?
Yeah, sometimes you just want to get away from what you're doing and get a feel for what other people go through in life. And I don't think we always know how fortunate we are to be healthy. And just to take a bit of time today to support the cause and to actually talk to people that goes through lots of harder stuff than we can imagine is amazing.
How's the cycling going, by the way, Zell?
Yeah, I think it's not too bad. Currently, says my functional threshold is about 170.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that means, but at least it's for a good cause, right?
It is for a good cause. Well, I'm on 250, so we can only hope that the higher, the better.
Cheated.
But Isabel, talk to me a little bit about why you decided to come out here today and support this brilliant initiative.
Well, I'm actually a lifestyle chef, and I recently launched my cookbook called Mindful Eating in association with cancer. I've always been quite a fan of supporting, you know, people with whether it's disease, whether they're least fortunate, and I really do love what cancer stands for and what these kind of days stand for. It's fantastic to come out here and give our support to fellow rugby players, people like yourselves, you know, or just, all got to go home feeling so much better.
Well, I managed to cycle 6 kilometers, and I think that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I consider myself a fit person, so I think I did well.
Being a cancer survivor, I understand the importance to raise awareness for this disease. It can be beaten. It has been beaten by many people. And if organizations keep doing things like this on a monthly or an annual basis, we will create the awareness, we will raise the funds, and we will get what we need to do to beat this disease.
Every corporate has got an opportunity, whether they know it now or not. It is in fact our duty as corporate South Africa to serve organisations like Cancer Association, like South African National Blood Services. It is our job as employers to keep people healthy and keep the awareness of diseases and afflictions like this on top of mind.
Knowing how many people are affected by cancer on a daily basis, today has really shown that by raising awareness, more and more people can look out for the warning signs of this dreadful disease. Together with your support, we can combat cancer in South Africa and strive for a cancer-free society. Let this become our legacy for our children as well as for our generations to come. On that note, let me go clock in some more kilometers.
I'm thinking, first of all, that you and I, we dodged something majorly because we were both going to be doing that. So it's all well done, buddy.
You were dodged. I would say dodged. I say absolutely missed.
Dodged that, right. I thought I was the right man for the job. Clearly, he's fit enough to do it. But so cool to see so many people going just, I would say a step beyond, a spin beyond. And actually proving it. But well done to Cancer and their efforts to create a global campaign like that, or a national campaign like that gets so much traction. Again, excuse the pun. Awesome stuff.
And to have someone like Globe Flood be a part of this is a great story to tell. Corporate South Africa coming together and really shining that spotlight on such important issues that we've got. So, guys, it's a brand new day. It's a brand new week. We've got so much coming your way. When you see our lineup of performers this morning, we're going to be performing these kids. You are going to be blown away. So we'll see you.
We're going to need a wide-angle lens.
We're going to need drones. welcome back to it, you beautiful people. It is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, live on SABC3. You're just in time for a dose of feel-good, because listen to this. The third Tal Monument Choir Festival will be taking place on 14th of March. It's a Saturday, 2020. And one of the goals of this festival is to promote choral music with no competition or judging linked to the event, which is absolutely refreshing. And joining us this morning is the Voce Harmonische, which means voices in harmony. It's the community choir, Edgemead High School's choir, and William Lloyd Primary Choir will be taking part in this really, really fun event. And representing them all is the organizer. Ladies and gents, please give a warm Expresso welcome to Christine Bam.
Yeah.
Christine.
Hi.
Good morning. You are bringing all the feel-good this morning. Good to have you.
Thank you. Good to be here.
We just had a little taster of it in the break, and they sound beautiful. But of course, the festival is taking place soon. What I like about it, which you just mentioned now, is that there's no judgment, no linking. It's all about the voices. But how did the festival come about?
You know, I started a community choir in 2018 at a school in Goodwood, J.G. Mading High School, who hosts us. And I realized there's no opportunities for community choirs to really perform at a classy event.
Yeah.
And I knew someone at the Tal Monument, went for a meeting, and they said, well, they are very excited to have something cultural there in the form of singing.
Yeah.
Because they have so many events, so let's do a choir festival there. And that's how it started.
This really, Christine, sounds like such a fun event. It takes place on the 14th of March. You're doing it at the amphitheater on Paarl Mountain. But you've got great food there, you've got great drinks, stalls and all of that. It's a good day out. But what else can people expect when they arrive?
Yeah, you know, it's all of that. But what to expect of the evening is 11 really talented choirs, where it's just a day for everyone to come have fun. All the families, all the friends, and a special guest for the evening, or a few special guests, would be the soloists of the Cape Town Opera Company.
I love it.
They are doing some songs with some of the choirs, and then, of course, our mass choir at the end of the evening has all 800 choir members that's there on the day, plus the soloists and the Cape Town Opera Chorus Master, Marvin Canal.
It is choral magic. I love it.
It's going to be beautiful.
I love it.
Speaking about the schools, what other schools are involved in this day?
So we have Brackenfell Primary School choirs, we have La Rochelle Girls School choirs, we have William Lloyd from Paarl as well, we have Edgemead High School, Voce Harmonische Community Choir. There's quite a few, and then a special guest always to the festival is Hoërskool Namakwaland from Springbok, Northern Cape.
Oh,
Yes.
wow, they're coming in just for this.
Yes, 130 choir members.
Wow, this is insane. Okay, so, you know, the past two festivals, they were such a huge success. They were well received and everyone has loved them. Why do you think festivals like this are so important in the community?
You know, in Cape Town, we have so many amazing choir estate fits and competitions, but sometimes it is just nice to sing and just to make music. And a festival like this builds up all the communities that's included in the festival. Everyone gets to sing. No one is judged. There's no levels of competition. So it's really wonderful for everyone to enjoy.
Of course, what did you guys prepare for us today? Because, I mean, you guys are fresh early morning, so many kids here. What can we expect today?
You can expect some African traditional songs and also a nice classical song from Edgemead High School.
This is fantastic, Christine. You really have piqued our interest. It's going to be such an exciting time. The kids look absolutely amazing, but they sound even better, and you certainly can't wait to see them. This festival takes place at the Paarl Mountain Amphitheater. That's in Cape Town on the 14th of March. Starts at 5 o'clock. Tickets range from 60 Rand to 120 Rand. Go out there and show them lots and lots of love. Thank you, Christine.
Thank you.
Representing with the most. Hey, now you've arrived. When you feature in Cosmopolitan magazine, you've arrived. Nice, hey?
Yes.
Wow, hey?
Thank you, guys.
That's very cool.
It's so cool. The experience was wonderful. We shot in December, I think. So it's only coming out this week on Friday on the 28th of February. It's all about screen queens, right? And Pearl Tussi's on the cover.
She's
and
the queen, yeah.
there's 4 of us upcoming talents, screen talents. And out of the 4, I'm the only TV presenter, so I think that's
awesome.
Awesome.
Man.
Wow.
And warranted. They wouldn't do something like that if they didn't believe in your talent, in your mostness. That is really beautiful. She deserves a copy for that.
I do.
With an extra squirt of hazelnut syrup. I don't know how you drink your coffee so sweet, but you are so sweet that you deserve it. We'll see you after the break for a choral performance and a whole lot more. Don't stray. Nice, huh?
Nice,
Only the highest grade Arabica beans. McCafe. Great coffee, simple. See you after the break.
Tropical Island of Treasure is back for a 9th season, and this time around we're coming to you from the Dutch Caribbean island of Curacao. Here, 6 celebrities and 6 smooth fans will pair up to compete for fame and fortune and the smoothest treasure of all, a shared 1 million rand. 3, 2, 1, go! Catch the new season of Tropical Island of Treasure Curacao every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. from the 3rd of March on SABC3.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're with Expresso live on SABC3. It's a beautiful Monday morning. Time for us to get a bit inspired with a quote for today from someone I really, really do admire, Keanu Reeves. I mean, you can think about a whole host of things that he's done in his career, and what an illustrious one he's had, from being in The Matrix to being such a well-respected philanthropist who gives back to many, many communities around the world. Now, he's had many, many losses and many downs in his life, but one thing that he's been able to do is to be able to pick himself up each time, and this is what he once had to say.
He says, every struggle in your life has shaped you into the person that you are today. Be thankful for the hard times. They can only make you stronger.
Tough times never last.
Tough times never last. As long as
You pick yourself up.
You rise like a
you
phoenix.
toughen up. And you... I love it. I love it. That's a beautiful one. It's about saying that sometimes it's about stepping back when something seems like it's an unfortunate situation. Stepping back and thinking, what can I learn from this? And taking that and growing from it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Love that. Love that.
Wow, that's beautiful.
And I think the next people that we're introducing is people that also understand hardships and struggle. But maybe we ask them, the volunteers at the Heartlands Baby Sanctuary, what the future looks like. And they will straight up tell you that the only certainty is that the future will be very, very challenging.
But every day, they take up that challenge anew to provide a safe, a loving and a homely environment to young children that are in desperate need of care, protection and, most importantly, love. And that certainly makes them our Mandela Monday heroes.
In the Western Cape, there is a shortage of temporary residential facilities for at-risk youth. The caregivers here aim to make up for that deficit by providing the best care and support for these children.
I think in South Africa, a lot of children are facing very difficulties in the communities, and with a high unemployment rate, that causes poverty. And with poverty, you always find that there's a lot of alcohol and drug addictions, unwanted pregnancies, and child abuse. And every day at Heartlands, we work with children that are on the receiving end of these serious social problems in South Africa. When they arrive here, they struggle with these broken relationships and the trust of their parents and these painful emotions. When they come to us, we have to restore them as being a nobody and really making them a somebody.
Heartlands is a safe care facility for 25 children at any given time. They provide shelter, warmth, clothing, hygiene, emotional and psychosocial care, and always hearty, healthy meals.
As a facility manager, there are many aspects in running Heartlands Baby Sanctuary. These include cooking for the children every day, as many of these children is coming in with health illness. It is very important for us to prepare nutrition meals. It is important for me to make a difference in each child's life, and I enjoy what I'm doing here at Heartlands.
There's a huge need for all the children that is neglected, abused, and also that goes hungry. And for places like this, I wish there is more places like this that can accommodate all of the children that is in need.
Children from these backgrounds typically experience developmental delays, so Heartlands implement early childhood development and stimulation programs to minimize delays.
Here at our ECD Centre, the children come in because of a place of safety, but once they get here, we realise that they really have delay in development, and that could be either due to special needs or most of the time is due to the fact that they are not exposed to a positive learning environment. And then, of course, the medical needs also affects the development. So once they come into the ECD, we focus on 4 age groups, but we also have a program for our babies, for our toddlers, and for our 3 to 5-year-olds. And we follow a registered learning program with the Department of Social Development called the Unlimited Child Learning Program. But as well, we also have a care plan for each child. And each child has their own developmental plan, so we can identify their own needs, and those are the things we can work on.
All the staff working at Heartlands are very passionate about the work that we do, but it is expensive for children to be cared for at Heartlands. And I think that's the support that we ask the community in many ways that they can help us. We need nappies, we need milk formulas, we have a whole wish list of items that we need regularly, but we also need volunteers to help us with the development of the children, holding the babies, giving them love. So people can get involved, and I think there are just many people in our community that really wants to help make a difference. And I think through Heartlands, they can really support us and become part of the group of people that really help children, giving them a second chance and giving them a loving home, because that is our ultimate vision, is that it's every child's birthright to belong, and that we inspire hope and that we will help them find a loving home again.
Oh man, I've got to say, as a parent to a young child, a young boy going through those exactly the same kind of developmental milestones, how important that is amazing. They wear those shirts that say carer. That doesn't even begin to encompass what they do at Heartlands. So thank you so much for being our Mandela Monday heroes. Feeling like a bit of a hero this morning, hey?
Yes, I am.
Was it 3-0? What was the scoreline, man?
I lost count afterwards.
We'll get into our Premier Soccer League action after the break. Also a little bit of boxing as well. Give the man, freshen him up. It's a penguin.
A penguin,
It's
yes.
a penguin.
Oh, wow.
Penguin or an eggplant.
Eh? Penguin.
Okay, sweetie, time to blow out your candles.
Don't ruin the moment. Prevent allergies or cold and flu with fast-acting powder nasal spray from the Nexa range. Nexa, brought to you by Pharmacodynamics.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for keeping it dialed into your feel-good kickstart to a brand new week. Continuing with our weekend sports review this morning, sports editor and friend in sport, Ashfaq Mohammed, is still with us. We turn our focus to the footballing world with the Premier League and, of course, Nedbank Cup really heating up, throwing some surprises, and also a little bit of boxing. Surprising maybe for some, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, beating Deontay Wilder. Massive night in boxing, and we'll get onto that in a moment.
Yes.
But let's talk about a massive upset. Is it a massive upset? I think think so. Last year's beaten finalists, Kaizer Chiefs, the front runners in the PSL, going down to Highlands Park. It did take penalties to do it, but a bit of a shock.
No, massive upset because, of course, Chiefs leading the league by 4 points, you know, and everybody believes they're going to... This is their year, finally. But, you know, Makalong Stadium in Tembisa, they call it the slaughterhouse, and Highlands Park proved it, you know. Tough conditions again. It was raining throughout the match, or most of the match. You know, went to extra time as well. And both teams had chances. I think Highlands probably had a bit more of the game, I must say. They had a number of opportunities to finish Chiefs off and couldn't. Chiefs had a couple of chances as well. But when it goes down to penalty shootout, always a lottery.
Completely, and I think, and it's cup competition. Take nothing away, and that's the joy of the Nedbank Cup, is that fact that you've got teams like the Hungry Lions and Real Kings, who I unashamedly say I know absolutely nothing about. So I'm not going to ask you to delve into the history of the Hungry Lions, but not too many other big surprises. Maybe Bloem Celtic beating Maritzburg United, who've been in pretty good form of late. Sundowns, you'd expect them to go through against the Vol University. Last of the big guns, which of our kind of premier sides are still in the mix?
Wits is playing tonight against Shipper United, so that's the one outstanding game, because Wits have been catching up on matches because of continental. But just on Chiefs, you know, Kama Billiard and George Maluleka, two of the big guns, missing penalties, you know, so that just shows the nature of cup competition. Pirates is out already, so you know it's just a really tough call in the quarterfinals.
Might be seeing the Real Kings, winning this entire tournament.
The Hungry Lions missed out to Baroka penalties. They just weren't hungry enough.
I would put the Hungry Lions, man. All jokes aside, we love the fact that this competition allows for those David and Goliath scenarios. Let's move across to a toothless Tottenham losing to Chelsea in a London derby. But
sorry,
what are you going to do? Nah, don't even apologise, man. I'm over it now. What are you going to do missing your two key strikers? I mean, Lamela and Lucas Moura putting up a good showing, but you need your big guns, man.
This has always been the concern with Spurs, you know, if Harry Kane isn't there, that's one thing. Now, Son also not, you know, where do you go from there, you know, and Mourinho, you know, his mindset, he likes to set up defensively strong and then strike from there. But if you don't have those guys who can just nip a goal here and there, then you're up against it, you know.
Like Kane, for sure. Man City, you know, despite missed penalties, Leicester looked really good, but this was an important one because this was 2 plays 3.
Yes. No, big win for Man City, I think, you know, especially with this whole Champions League thing hanging over them. They could miss the next 2 seasons as well. So, you know, they still want to end at least second in the league. I think Liverpool 19 points ahead and they're playing tonight, so it's going to be, you know, 22. Although Ian Rush told me in Berlin at the Warriors that he doesn't think it's I know Ian Rush. It's not quite a done deal. So I don't know where he comes from. Maybe he's just been cautious.
Rush, I say.
You know, I think he's, you know, he's been scarred enough over the last few decades. So.
Oh, then just because I can, I'm going to gloss over Man United beating Watford.
No, we can't. I mean, Jamie Lee asked me specifically to go on and on,
Gosh,
you know, about United. You know, they're back. Aren't they?
No,
surely.
Where have they been?
Yeah, you know, Bruno Fernandes really bring that bit of spark, a bit of touch of class there, you know, the way he set up that first goal, just with a layoff there. Wonderful finish as well, with a penalty. You know, he did this little hop, skip and a jump kind of thing. First goal for United. Fantastic.
What a way to open your account. And then very quickly, I don't think anyone called this one, Tyson Fury 2 and Wilder, I thought would be the runaway victor here, but Tyson Fury used his physicality, all of his 6.9. I mean, he is massive,
no,
he's a giant.
Guy.
But tactically was brilliant. He smothered him, and then obviously that clip on the ear, it saw a technical knockout in the 7th round. What did you make of that?
You see, Tyson Fury, if he's fit, he's always the guy
really
to go for, you know, and he was in great shape coming into this fight. Of course, I think the 2nd or 3rd round we got Wilder, you know, and they just threw the American totally off guard, you know, for the rest of the fight.
His balance was gone,
staggering around and, you know, holding on and a bit of rope-a-dope and, you know, just Fury was all over him.
You know, for a guy who's got a record of like 40 and, you know, 1 draw, it's just insane. But take nothing away from the Gypsy King, the linear champion.
Yes, the linear champion. And now, will it be unification bout with Anthony Joshua?
I think we were all hoping for a Wilder Joshua fight, but Tyson Fury has earned the right.
Wilder still has an option for another rematch for the part 3 in this.
I hope they do it.
I think it's worth it.
I think they definitely can do it. But I'm gonna tip my hat to Deontay Wilder's corner for stopping that
Yeah,
fight when they
throwing the
did.
towel, yeah.
The man bleeding out the ear, that's not what you want to see. And I know Wilder probably would have gone over, but awesome weekend of sports, buddy.
Thanks, man.
And congratulations again on your opportunity at the Laureate Sports Award. No better man to do it. You can let us know where your allegiances lie. Maybe you're a fellow Mancunian and you want to share your joy with the rest of the world. You can let us know on our Facebook page.
Thank you, Graham. Thank you, Ashfaq. It's just after 7 o'clock, time for us to take a look at those news headlines. President Cyril Ramaphosa yesterday described the founder of Ladysmith Black Mambazo, Joseph Shabalala, as an excellent ambassador of South Africa who put Zulu culture as well as his hometown of Ladysmith on the world map. Ramaphosa delivered the eulogy at the funeral held in Ladysmith Indoor Sports Centre in KwaZulu-Natal, and he said Shabalala was a musical genius and a prolific composer. Shabalala passed away on the 11th of February at the age of 78 in Pretoria. Public Works and Infrastructure Minister Patricia de Lille said in a statement yesterday parcels of land released as part of the government's commitment to land reform, redistribution and restitution must be used for human settlements and not for resale to the private sector. Last year, the cabinet released 167 portions of land measuring 14,105 hectares with a further 684 hectares since. The land has been released in several provinces, including the Northern Cape, Eastern Cape, Northwest and the Western Cape. In international news, fears mounted this weekend over the rise of new cases and fatalities outside China from the new coronavirus outbreak, as the World Health Organization warned of a shrinking window to stem the spread of the deadly disease. The warning came as the COVID-19 strain has now spread over 25 countries and caused more than a dozen deaths outside China. Italy has the highest number of cases in Europe, with confirmed cases surging from 3 on Friday to more than 130 by yesterday, and 3 deaths. Former South Sudanese rebel leader Riek Machar was yesterday sworn in as first vice president, sealing a peace deal aimed at ending 6 years of civil war. President Salva Kiir witnessed the moment at a ceremony at the State House in the capital, Juba. It's hoped that the new unity government will bring an end to the conflict that has killed some 400,000 people and displaced millions. Saturday's ceremony took place just before the deadline for an agreement expired. And now, surfers at Harold's Bay rescue yet another bather. Now, the surfers, they have in the past week proved to be quite the heroes by rescuing 2 bathers who were swept out in riptides. Less than a week after a young woman was plucked from the surf at Harold's Bay, another beachgoer was swept out in a riptide and rescued by surfers. On Friday, sea rescue volunteers and emergency rescue services, they responded to calls from eyewitnesses who had spotted a man in distress in the surf. When they arrived on the scene, they found that the 59-year-old German tourist had been pulled out of the water and was using a surfboard and bodyboard as flotation devices. The NSRI said in a statement, "We commend the 2 unidentified Good Samaritans for their assistance that contributed to the successful rescue." And now, news of Kobe Bryant's public memorial service. It has been a month filled with touching tributes and expressions of anguished disbelief for NBA legend Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna and the 7 others who lost their lives in a tragic helicopter crash on the 26th of January in the Calabasas in California. Now, while the Bryants were privately laid to rest earlier this month, their public memorial is set to begin at the Staples Center in LA at 10 o'clock in the morning, LA time. We will have more of those details later on in our full entertainment report. We leave it for now. Here's Graham with a look at your sports.
Let's kick it off with cricket. South Africa making the necessary comeback after their first T20 thrashing against Australia to beat the visitors by 12 runs in a thrilling second T20 encounter at St George's Park in Port Elizabeth yesterday. Proteas winning the toss, deciding to bat first and posting 158 in their allotted 20. Skipper Quinton de Kock continues his form, hitting 70 from 47 deliveries. Those then restricted Australia to 146 for 6, with Lungi and Gidi picking up 3 wickets in the process. So the Proteas will now, obviously having levelled the 3-match series 1-1, will face the Australians again in that decider at Newlands this Wednesday. Then not only were the Protea men victorious over the weekend, but the Proteas women recorded a 6-wicket win over England with 2 balls to spare. That was in the opening match in the ICC Women's T20 World Cup, currently playing out in Australia. South Africa won the toss, decided to field, and watched as England posted 123 for 8. South Africa's Danae van Niekerk reaching 46 runs and Marizan Nedbank Cup, hitting 38 to guide the team to the win. Proteas women will next face Thailand. That match takes place on Friday. Then the Springbok women's sevens team won their second Hermanus Sevens title in as many years. The Mbokoro, they beat the Boland Rebels, SWD Titans, Blue Jets and Busy Bees to walk away as overall winners in wet conditions. The Paul Delport's side kept a clean sheet against all teams as they prepare for the HSBC World Rugby Sevens Challenger Series taking place in Stellenbosch next month. Then on to the 15-man game. Round 4 Super Rugby saw the Stormers now become the only unbeaten team in the competition. That was after recording a 17-7 win over Argentina's Jaguares at Newlands on Saturday. Other results in Super Rugby saw the Sharks defeat the Rebels 36-24, and the Bulls are still winless in the competition after narrowly losing out 21-23 to the visiting Blues at Loftus. So after round 4, the Stormers topped the overall standings, with defending champions the Crusaders in second and the Brumbies in third. The Nedbank Cup football resumed this weekend with Highlands Park stunning last year's finalists Kaizer Chiefs, beating them 5-4 in a penalty shootout. In other results, Mamelodi Sundowns beat Altval University 2-0. Black Leopards saw off Amavarara FC 2-0, and Bloem Celtic, they edged out Maritzburg United 3-2. There'll be one Nedbank Cup fixture this evening as Bidvest Wits, they host Chippy United at the Bidvest Stadium, and that kicks off at 7:30. Then a little further afield, some exciting fixtures in the Premier League over the past 2 days. Chelsea beating Tottenham Hotspur 2-0 in the London derby. Despite missing a penalty, Manchester City still overcame Leicester City 1-0. Yesterday's biggest result saw Man United thrash Watford 3-0, and Arsenal coming from behind to beat Everton 3-2. There'll be one Premier League fixture this evening with table toppers Liverpool looking to extend that massive lead as they take on West Ham United at Anfield. The match kicking off at 10 p.m. That's where we leave our sport for now. Let's take a look at the traffic.
Thank you so much, G. Let's take a look at this roads this morning in Gauteng, Soweto. There is protest action between Chris Hani and Klipspruit Valley Road. Now, the entire road is obstructed and heavy delays are expected, so please avoid the area this morning. In the Western Cape, Khayelitsha on the N2 outbound, there has been an accident off the Mew Way obstructing the left shoulder. So again, please approach with caution. Then lastly, on the Metrorail Southern Line, there is an extended travel time of about 20 to 30 minutes on the Simonstown line due to current infrastructure conditions, defective sets and sets out of service. That's where we leave your traffic for now. Let's take a look at the weather.
The time is now 7:09. Let's have yet another look at the weather this morning. But first, as we do every single day, we ask you to send in your sunrise pictures. Gershwin Shaw sent us this incredible sunrise from Kimberley, where mainly sunny conditions are expected with clear skies and nice warm temperatures reaching a maximum of 30 degrees. Drini Vermaak sent us this amazing one from Kotberg, where a stray of morning shower is expected with episodes of sunshine and a light southeasterly wind reaching a maximum of 24 degrees. Thank you so much for your sunrise pictures. Make sure to keep them going, keep them flowing on our social media platforms using the hashtag Expresso Show. Now to have a look at the temperatures for the rest of the country. Siqala ePolokwane with a low of 13, reaching a high of 24 degrees. In Bombela, it's a partly cloudy day with temperatures ranging from 15, peaking at 23. Pretoria, 12 is your low, reaching a high of 26. If you are in Johannesburg, your temperatures start off at 12 degrees, reaching a high of 25. Northeasterly wind of 15 kilometers in Mahikeng at a low of 15, reaching a high of 28. Klerksdorp, 29 is your high for the day and a low of 13. It's a partly cloudy day in Kimberley with a minimum temperature of 15 degrees, reaching a maximum of 30 degrees. Bloemfontein, 12, 28, and a couple of showers for Richards Bay at 17 as the low, reaching a high of 24. Pietermaritzburg, 14, 24, and South Africa's Playground Durban, 18, 25 are your temperatures. Taking it down to the Eastern Cape, starting off Mthatha with the low of 11, reaching a high of 24, and in East London, 16 is the low, reaching a high of 23 degrees. The coolest start to the morning for Kredok at 10 degrees, reaching a high of 29. It's going to end up being a warm day in Kredok. And Port Elizabeth, it's a sunny day with a peak of 23 degrees and a low of 16. High humidity for George at a high of 21. 21 degrees and a low of 14. And it's a sunny day in Sutherland with a minimum of 13 reaching a high of 29. Southeasterly wind of 17 kilometers an hour in the mother city, Cape Town, with a low of 16 reaching a high of 28. A sunny day in Worcester with the maximum temperature of 34 degrees with a low of 18. And the highest temperature in the country goes to Springbok with a high of 36 and a low of 23. Also Uppington, your peak for the day is 36 degrees with a low of 22. Whichever part of the country you're in, make sure to have yourselves a fantastic Monday morning. Right now, though, let's see what's happening with the Tech Talk.
I think many parents out there can relate. I'm already getting nervous about having to remember high school mathematics when I'm going to help my child get through his homework. But luckily, there are many technological aids now that are there to help parents, yes, but I think are starting to make their way into classrooms that are changing the game. So our friend in tech, Brian Smith, is here to explain or walk us through some of the most exciting, the trends that you are tracking and the tools that are possibly changing the way that we educate ourselves and setting the new tone. And I'm going to start with something, Brian. Well, first of all, good morning.
Morning, thank you. It's great to be back.
To have you here, buddy. MOOCs, or massively open online courses. What are these about? What do they present in their little learn kits?
So MOOCs, or as you mentioned, massively online open courses, are essentially sort of a new game changer in education that have been around for the past couple of years. Arguably, we haven't seen too many take off in South Africa, but this is actually a massive trend that originated in the United States out of the major Ivy League universities and again in far Asian universities, all the way from Japan to South Korea. And what the format is slightly different. So it's using the power of online chat rooms as well as video conferencing tools to create courses that are attended by far more than the regular amount of attendees. So instead of 100 to 500 participants, you could have 1,000 or up to 10,000 at a time. And it's really a format for far more people to engage with learning material. Arguably, what's interesting is we haven't seen these really replace traditional classrooms, learning lectures at universities, for example, but rather they've become a new format to share education, often for free, to help extend skills or learn more about a particular subject.
Okay, so they're not quite in that specialized phase yet, and they
not just yet.
And they still involve a lecturer and that personal engagement. So it's not just you downloading stuff and teaching yourself, but you're still almost creating that connection.
Absolutely. The really interesting thing about the format is that it still involves some degree of face-to-face, although it's remote learning, and it sort of tries to combine the best elements of being in a classroom, but also being able to study remotely and in your own time.
You can still leave a virtual apple for your for your lecturer. Well, speaking of virtual, AR, VR buzzwords in all technological spaces now, but I would imagine when it comes to education, these could be used in a very exciting way, albeit in your high-end classrooms at this stage. But how are we seeing those two technologies kind of break into the education space?
So I think these two are absolutely fascinating. So augmented reality is overlaying virtual components on top of the real world through goggles, and virtual reality is strictly looking at virtual components through goggles that don't interact with the real world themselves. And what's really interesting is that these have been used in a number of different applications, specifically around teaching children and then again adults in specific industries around spatial awareness. For example, these are hugely useful in the construction industry where they've become really popular, or interior design where they can be used to map out or quickly change the look of real world spaces without the need to move physical objects around. And specifically, these have become quite interesting, not just from that point of view, but also from gaming and teaching young children about interacting with the game world. There are many different games now sort of in that sphere which are teaching children about manipulating the world without needing to create a space sort of in a classroom, for example, to do that.
And make no mistake, I mean, there are municipalities using children playing games to redesign their communities. We're seeing it being used in social development in a way that is mind-blowing. I think gaming and education and that cusp, it's going to change the way that we build our communities, we build our infrastructure. That is a game changer, but I think we're probably a way away from having classrooms filled with kids that are engaging only in that space. But if we've got laptop classes, why not, Then artificial intelligence. We're using computers to learn, to better us, so surely they can better our learning experience. Are we seeing AI being used in the educational sense?
We are, absolutely. So one of the major sort of ways we're seeing that is perhaps more in the strict way of being used to grade students' assignments, perhaps looking at things sort of more in the mathematical sense, as you mentioned earlier, where there's a strict right or wrong rather than interpretation interpretation through the
Yes or
study.
no algorithm, yeah.
Absolutely. But one of the really interesting ways AI is being put to use is personalization. So every different student has a different way of learning. Perhaps you're a visual learner, perhaps if you're like me, you're a learn by listening, for example. And what AI can actually be used to do is personalize the learning experience. So for example, if a student learns in a particular way far better than they might in another, an AI can actually deliver specific course content in that format. And it specifically can help learners learn the same subject in their own personal way, which sort of removes the difference of forcing everyone to have to sit in a classroom or an environment where they may not be able to absorb the information as effectively as another.
Well, there's all that dead space because you're focusing on helping in one mode, helping one child, but you're missing out on helping another. I'm just imagining a computer giving me the aggressive nudges that were necessary for me to study a little bit harder and stay with it. Absolutely amazing stuff. Amazing to think where we are going in the world of tech when it applies to education. Maybe you've got a technological story, an advancement, something that's blowing your mind. You can let us know. And if you want to stay abreast with everything going on in the world of tech, bandwidthblog.com is the place to do it.
Well, we told you earlier on that we are elevating the feel-good factor to a whole new level this morning because the Town Monument Festival is happening on the 14th of March 2020, and we have a bunch of kids who are so incredibly talented who are certainly going to be setting the tone for the rest of the week. And we've asked you to connect with us on social media and send them some love, show them some love. We've got a comment here from Nikita who says, Tammy, you go girl, sing your heart out. Hashtag sister love. Yes, I am live streaming from work just to watch you, honey. So Tammy, I suppose, is in there in the group. You'll probably be hearing her voice sticking out at some point over there. And then Suzanne Paulson says, hashtag Sonia Paulson, hashtag Sopranos. Hit those high notes today, babies. And then Anthea Josephs says, so excited for Edgemead High School. They are going to be performing as well on the show this morning. Randy says, go Jaden Leopolis. I can't wait to see you and the Edgemead Choir. Why don't you show them love? Connect with us on our Facebook page. It's Expresso Morning Show SABC3 with that hashtag Expresso Show. We'll see you after this.
I've never met someone with a heart like this.
He embodies what it means to be selfless.
Even when I was in a state of panic, she showed me true bravery.
Often the bravest people don't see themselves as others do. Join us in celebrating these brave heroes. Nominate the pharmacists and healthcare professionals in your community making a real difference and stand a chance to win 5,000 Rand.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso. Thank you so much. As we welcome back, and thank you for staying tuned as we kind of delve further into probably one of the most important conversations we can have. We are talking about tertiary education. What do tertiary education facilities realistically offer? How important is higher education? Well, studying after school is not only a way to get ahead in your chosen career, it's also a way to provide a meaningful contribution to your community, gain skills, and enable a healthy economy. We need it. Northland College CEO Leon Beach and Paro Campus Manager Raymond Small now join us this morning to tell us a little bit about the opportunities for tertiary education in the Western Cape at Northlink College. We're going to get through some of their current achievements and what the future holds for this #1 institution of choice. Gentlemen, welcome to it. Good to have you here.
Maybe I'll start with either one of you guys. Why do you think the institution Northlink College is such a big institution, and why it's the #1 choice for so many women and men?
Good morning and welcome to all your viewers. Northlink College is one of 50 colleges in South Africa. We are a public institution and we resort under the Department of Higher Education and Training. We are the biggest in the Western Cape, with over 20,000 students attending 7 campuses in the northern suburbs of Cape Town. We are reputable and the first choice for many students because of our academic accolades. In 2018, we were the best performing college in the country, with Mr. Small's Paro campus achieving a 93.3% pass rate. We are concerned about the rapid growing unemployment rate amongst the youth, which currently exceeds 60% in the country. We are sure that attending a TVET college gives you the chance to compete in a scarce job market. And this is why we're so proud to offer education and training to the communities we serve.
And I'm so glad you use that term, that you're serving a community, because that's ultimately what it's about. It's about creating opportunities for young people to go back into their community, into the real world. One thing, having an education, it's another thing, applying that education in the real time. But let's get on to 93%, 92.5% pass rate is incredible. 2 years of unbelievable success. How do you maintain that, Raymond?
You know, Graham, we started in 2017 with putting plans in place in making sure that our core business takes preference, and that is academic excellence. With that, in 2018, at the end of the year, in the national examination, we scored the 93.3%. And to maintain that a second year in a row in 2019 to achieve a 92.5% is attributed to hard work and dedication from staff. You know, us sitting here today is ultimately evident that the recipe that we put down together at ground level, where the tacky eats the tar, is paying dividends. And that is dedication from lecturers, the buy-in from students, and the support factors throughout the institution that play a pivotal role in making sure that our core business takes preference.
I love that. Now, you guys are also awarded the Best Academically Achieving College Award in the NCV program. Tell us a bit more about this and what it exactly means to you guys in the college.
Look, the NCV stands for the National Certificate Vocational. It's a brand new product in the TVET sector that was launched about 5 years ago, specifically for the grade 9 students that have the broadest selection in different categories at a level that takes you through a 3-year full-time program. And the achievement at the end at level 4 is equivalent to a matric certificate, and also gives you access to the university if your results are of a high standard. So we are very proud. It's one of the most supported programs at TVET colleges, and what is very exciting about it, that the largest majority of our students get financial support from government. So the state pays for the students to attend the NCV course, and the 20% that the student has to pay often or mostly comes from the NSFAS bursary that so our students are studying for free.
But it's also, this is how it should all happen. This is how it should work. If we think of an ideal world, you guys are starting to create that, and you've created a formula that can be propagated and really does work. So when this kind of innovation and creativity, hit the ground, I love that when the techie hits the tar. What does that mean for the future? What new innovations? What are you guys wanting to achieve? What are you wanting to achieve? If I had to look at a kind of a forecast,
Graham. We're putting things in place linked to a 5-year model, making sure that everything that we do at campus level speaks to the broader plan of the institution. And that puts us in a space where we can pivot our academic results as our core business. And all the other support elements will have to contribute to where we see ourselves. It's good in achieving this result. The proof is in the pudding and actually maintaining it. And that's through our staff and through our students' buy-in to ultimately make sure that we lay a foundation for the future.
And you are certainly doing that. Gentlemen, thank you so much. I know this is a labor of love as much as it's a job, but it looks like you guys really have hit on the key for this country. Propagate this model right across the land. We absolutely do need it, but I love hearing success stories like this. Northlink College has now become synonymous with dynamic, out-of-the-box thinking. So whether you're looking for a career, maybe a career change, or simply for the pleasure of learning, Northlink College can help you achieve your goals and do it by excelling. I love it.
Well, if you ask me, there's no better way to start off a morning than with some music, and choral music, all the better. And so this is Voce Armoniche, or Voices in Harmony, that are hosted by the J.G. Meyering High School in Goodwood. And they consist of choristers and singers from all walks of life, different schools, universities, work life, that get together to make beautiful music. And they join us ahead of the 3rd Taal Monument Koorfees that takes place on the 14th of March. Here they are performing the Monadi African Prayer. Voce Armoniche. Be sure to join them alongside a host of other choirs performing at the 3rd Taal Monument Koorfeest. That is on the 14th of March. And you can find all the details online, of course. And we'll be having a bit more entertainment coming to you a little bit later on. But thank you very much. Wonderful performance from you. Give it to us one more time. Telamoya. Hey, come on.
My name is Darren Solomon and I'm 22 years old. If you look good, you'll feel good, and if you feel good, you'll do good. The reason why I entered Tropical Island of Treasure Season 9 is I'm a highly competitive person and I love a great challenge in life. I mean, as you can see, I've got the physique. Leading up to the competition, I'm going to be playing some mind puzzle games because I know that they're always going to throw in a cheeky twist on the island.
He's the most kind-hearted individual I've ever met. When it comes to his athletic abilities, 10 out of 10. His navigation skills, he's a bad navigator. So if he can just work on that, he'll be fine.
When I was selected as one of the candidates, the first people I told was my uncle and aunt.
I think Darren has a very, very good chance of winning. He's very much determined. He's super fit. And he's very competitive.
They were just like, what you gonna do next? What you gonna do next? And I was like, I don't know, I need to work out, I guess, for this show. Catch me on Tropical Island of Treasure, Curacao, coming to you soon on SABC 3.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it, your feel-good breakfast show. It's Expresso live on SABC 3. Beautiful Monday morning. Thank you so much for choosing to start the day off on the right side of bed. Yes. Now, it is a Monday. We've got something really special that we have been secretly working on. We are so excited to reveal this. We've spent so much time crafting these. We've done something really, really cool. We've made our very own Expresso gifts that you can use to comment on our social media platforms with our very own faces on them. But we'll get into that in just a bit. First, we go into what we asked you on social media.
Yeah, because this is very important. We need to appreciate the people out there who've got really sick, mean and gift games. Because it really can spice up the conversation. I mean, imagine your crush gets into your DMs there. Now you must drop a gift just to make, to make sure the flow is there.
Yeah, because it says it so well.
Yeah,
it says
exactly.
what you can't say.
So with that in mind, we asked, what gift would you send then to spice up that chat? Well, look at that. That meme on its own. That's your reaction. Then Tumi says, a very good morning, family. Happy New Week. Thank you very much for that. I'm trying to see where we can actually find somebody responding with what gift they'd give. Dion says, morning, Expresso. I wish I find myself in that situation, I would throw anything on the table to keep the vibe quite low. So anything goes. Good morning, Expresso team. This is from Gwyneth. I wish this was around before I got married, but it was not. So this is what I would send. Some crazy, funny flirting. This is, oh, you crazy.
Oh, you crazy.
And then one more here, a bit of a meme situation here, but Katlek was saying, yes, you are finally within.
That has to be one of my favorite clips that
Okay, so yeah, we really want to be part of your conversation in a very cool way. And of course, memes and GIFs are a way that we can do that. And as Tabi so rightfully said, we have launched our very own set of GIFs, which is very exciting.
We have. It's so exciting.
It was funny enough just watching us record these things and being told,
Okay, now I'll do this.
Okay, now I'll do this.
So yes, we have indeed launched these. Okay, so
are we going to try and guess what it is that you're doing?
I think maybe. How about that?
Yes,
I think,
that's cute.
How about that? Look, I say a GIF is worth 1,000 words. Would you agree? And you're going to take a look at these.
That
you
remains
will
to be
get it.
seen,
That remains
so we need to
be
try and guess
seen. Okay,
what
cool.
it is.
So
Okay.
I'm going to go on this one first.
That's a well done point.
Well done.
Good on you.
Short boy. Okay, what about this one?
That's a Carl on your state gift.
For reals, though? Like, for reals, though?
Oh, that's decorum.
Are you serious?
That's decorum. I don't like you.
Wow.
Like, really? Are we having this conversation?
The side eye of death.
This is it. Okay, so what about this one?
Wait, what's this one? Oh, like, say that again.
Yeah, that's one of those. Okay.
I dare you. I dare you.
What about this one here?
That reminds me of like something. Like when you look at somebody up and down, like you're painting them. Like,
up and down,
and then you just leave the conversation exit. It's dead.
You are done.
And then you had that in you.
This is one of my favorites.
Sips tea. Sips tea, darling.
This is like...
You know what I heard this morning about the
Now let me tell you some.
It should be our new entertainment news thing.
Did he really do that? Oh, yes, he did.
Honey, did.
Okay.
Too crazy.
I think this is our final one. Yeah.
Yeah.
What would it be without this, right?
This is one of those like when your friends are really within.
Oh, I think these are a really cool bunch of gifts. They're gonna make for fun commenting on all of our social media
Absolutely,
platforms, right?
Absolutely fun making them. It's so fun. Also, just viewing them with you guys, so much fun. But now, if you want to get your hands on our awesome gifts, all you need to do is SMS the presenters to 33728. So, for example, SMS the keyword "kuhle" for mine or "Tabis" for Uncle Tabsies. SMSs are charged at R1.50, and free SMSs do not apply. This is how it works. When you SMS in, you'll receive a link where you can download the gifts and save them to your phone. So whenever you want to use them, you can just upload them as your comment.
Please send them to us. Please download them and send them back to us when we say silly things.
This one is my favorite.
We'll be checking out a few more of these a bit later on. So let us know what you think of them on our Facebook, Expresso Morning Show, SABC3.
Take time out to explore the bush with outstanding offers from the Protea Hotel by Marriott Kruger Gate. Awake in safari lodge style on the banks of the Sabi River, your offer including dinner, bed and breakfast, a tribal African revived spa massage and a R100 pool deck cocktail voucher. With rooms from 3,600 Rand a night, take 5 on the wild side at the Protea Hotel by Marriott Kruger Gate.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show right here on SABC3. It's a Monday, of course, and we're talking all things relationship. Now, in the movies, guys, it always seems as easy as locking eyes with an attractive, sexy stranger, falling in love and then getting married soon after, right? Now, the quest to find our one true person is always at the forefront of our minds, especially because of social media and our friends and family. And we can't help but wonder if there are any signs that we have found our life partner that we should be looking for. So today we're asking you guys a question. How do you know for sure that you find the one, okay? Now, we are joined today by celebrity psychologist and CEO of Hidden Dimensions, Carissa Bloomberg, to help us discuss this hot topic, and we'd love to hear your questions and comments as well. So head on over to our Facebook page, Expresso Morning Show, SABC3. Drop a comment on the post and we'll engage with you live this morning. Welcome, Carissa.
Thank you so much. Really nice to be here.
Very interesting topic this morning, I must say.
I mean, this can take us in a million different directions. We've already debunked that social media is not real life. So stop trying to attain that level of what you think is a perfect relationship. But it doesn't help that every romantic movie ever has promoted this idea that we need to kind of bottle up all of our hopes and dreams and loves and chemistry in one person, that there is the one perfect person out there. Why do you think we are encouraged to create the image of the one?
You've just answered that, Graham. It's the fairy tale. It's those romantic movies. It's the idea that we're going to meet our one soulmate, as it were, and ride off into the sunset and live happily ever after. We've been socialized to believe that. We want to believe it. And it's okay to try.
Should we then believe that? Should we believe that there's one person for us, there is the one, or there's a soulmate? Or should we believe in, because I sometimes feel like there's a person for a season. There's a reason for your season. So should we believe that? Or
So here's the thing, Jamie. Research has shown there's actually more than one soulmate. You can have quite a few soulmates, and your soulmate doesn't always have to be romantic. Some people say it can be a friend where it's not romantic. Some say a parent. Some say a pet. So, yeah, let's rather look what's in front of us, because if we're so focused on looking forward to meeting the one, we're not going to see Prince Charming in our case, could be standing right in front of you.
You know, there are shades of the experience of it, because we all get that feeling, that moment where you kind of get that gut punch, you're like, wow, she is the one. Yet you go through a longer term relationship, and then you have repeated moments or a deeper understanding of, wow, this person really is the one. Should it be that instantaneous, like, mind-blown gut punch? Or should it be a gradual build? How do you feel about that feeling, the emotion of it?
Yeah, you see, Graham, we can't categorize people. There are those that their eyes lock and they fall in love. It's more like lust at the moment. And there's chemistry and there's connection. And maybe it lasts and maybe it doesn't. But there are those that you start a friendship and you don't think anything romantic. But the more you get to know the person over the months, like, wow, I actually think I'm in love. This could be it. So there's both. They really are both.
It's so funny, though, because some people always says, like, when you know, you know.
Yes.
But it's sometimes it's a gut feeling. Sometimes you can look at someone. But is that feeling, like, the same for everyone? So when you obviously met Lindsay, you knew, like, she was the one. Is it going to be the same for everyone?
Yes, we saw that chemistry. The world saw that chemistry.
Played out on a big stage. Yeah.
Yes, I will never forget that. I love that. It's not... There are similar traits for everyone, but everyone will experience it differently. There's that wow feeling, there's that feeling that you just feel safe with a person, that you just can be yourself, that you can be vulnerable, that they just get you. There's a soul connection there. And then there's those endorphins, that dopamine that gets released, and that fuzzy, warm, good feeling. So they're in varying degrees, everyone can have, feel that slightly differently. But then there are those that feel it and then run away and it's too much for them, or they're in denial.
Their baggage kicks in.
Their baggage kicks in, their past hurts kick in, so it's difficult. But there is the basis of, I'm not interested in anybody else, I'm excited, it's the only thing I think about day and night.
And it's nice to be in love. We want to be in love. We love it. We love being in love. Maybe the one is sitting right under your nose and you don't even know it yet. We're going to continue this discussion about meeting, finding and keeping the one. We'd love for you to weigh in. Maybe send us a gift or two that really captures your feelings in this space. You can join the conversation on the Expresso Morning Show Facebook page.
And while you're weighing in on that conversation, you might want to get yourself ready to weigh some of the ingredients that we're about to use in today's recipe, which is inspired by the crunchy taste and sunflower seeds that you get in the fruits of the forest with cereal. Now, we're making a sunflower seed bread loaf with a sweet honey twist. And here to show us how to do it, Teresa Ouyet, always a pleasure to have you in the kitchen. Welcome, happy Monday to you.
Yes, you too.
Very excited for this recipe. I mean, I've really gotten inspired by the making of bread in the kitchen as one of those staples. And if we can give it a bit of a twist, so much the better. So where do we find ourselves with this recipe right now?
So we're going to make our dough. We've got a lovely twist today with the oats and the sunflower seeds, so it adds lovely flavour, texture. Just an example of something you can do. Right, so we're going to start with our yeast mixture. So I've got lukewarm water in the bowl.
Very important.
Not cold, not boiling hot, somewhere in between. Yeah.
Okay.
So add your yeast and then add your honey. And you're going to just basically mix that up and let it stand for about 5 minutes. Just to, yes, yeah, we can do that. Just give that a good mix.
So this is going to be the sweet twist to our bread. Now, when you're mixing it, are you looking, because I mean, I see that the yeast is forming little lumps.
That's right. You'll see it'll start clumping together. It'll start looking a bit frothy, and then you know that it's activating and it's doing its thing. But if you leave it to stand, then it'll be perfect.
By the way, I understand that when you pour boiling hot water or yeast into boiling hot water, you kill the yeast effectively, and so it doesn't have anything. What happens when it's on the opposite side of the spectrum, icy cold water?
It needs that bit of warmth just to kind of wake it up and get it going.
So then it wouldn't have woken, so it would still not have the effect that you want. Okay.
So the way I do it is I use my finger to test it. So if you put your finger in and you can't keep your finger in because it's so hot, then you know it's too hot. You should be able to comfortably put your fingertip in. And that's very well mixed.
Looking good, okay.
All right, so we've got bread flour and whole wheat flour in the bowl. I'm going to add a bit of salt.
Okey-dokey.
And then our delicious addition, sunflower seeds.
Good.
And our oats.
Any other alternative flours you could use if you were looking for a different kind of texture?
You can use an ordinary cake flour. That'll give you a softer, lighter loaf.
Okay.
I like using the whole wheat because it gives it a nutty flavour and texture. But it can have a tendency to get a little bit dry if you use it on its own. So combine it with something else. All right, do you want to pop that in there for me?
Do we go slowly or can we go all in?
You can go slowly just to make sure that it's not too wet. I've added some melted butter as well.
There we go.
Which is great for flavour.
Oh, yes.
And we love the butter.
More butter, more better, as they say. There we go.
And mix that in.
And I'm assuming at some point you're going to get your hands involved.
I'm going to have to start kneading, yeah.
Excellent stuff.
I don't mind doing it.
I wasn't squirming away from the task, no worries. But of course, we are making a beautiful loaf, as you can see here, but with a sweet twist, and it is inspired by our clover fruits of the forest yogurt-based dairy snack, which has a beautiful creamy taste to it, and a crunchy fruits that are in it make it a source of 10 vitamins. And the Clover's new range of fruits of the forest with cereals has specifically selected cereal mixes containing oats and granola and sunflower seeds for a crunchy taste experience. So it's basically, if we're making it like this, it's like having your breakfast in a loaf.
Absolutely. It's a great idea. Also, if you have the same thing every single day and you think, oh, I want to change it up, and it freezes beautifully as well. So if you make this on the weekend, slice it up, pop it in your freezer, then you can just put it straight in the toaster.
Wonderful. You can SMS the keyword clover to 33728 to receive the list of the ingredients as well as a link to the recipe on your phone. So what kind of consistency are you looking for?
So you want it to be soft but not sticky.
Okay.
So if it's a little bit dry, add some warm water. And if it's a little bit wet, you can add a little bit more flour, and you're just going to knead it together into a lovely, soft, stretchy dough.
And I see that you kind of have left it with a little bit of dry flour to it, because there's obviously some residual moisture in the center that flour will mix with. So you don't want to rush it too much.
Yeah.
Rather add more water
enjoy
later
the process,
on.
have a bit of, stress relief.
Is there a specific technique when it comes to kneading dough?
I think you just have to put your back into it, and don't be shy. Just
like a
go
rhythm
for
going.
it. Yeah, exactly. Put some music on. Get some friends to help you.
About 120 BPM should work quite nicely.
But you can see that I'm kind of pushing it down, pulling it back.
Yes.
So that's sort of what you're going for. Right, and then once you've got your dough, you pop it into your bowl and you leave it for about an hour to rise, and it should double in size.
Okay.
Once that's done, you're going to shape it into your loaf shape and pop it in your tin, and you're going to let it rise a second time.
Oh, okay.
So if it's nice and warm outside, it'll rise very,
Very quickly.
easily. And that's your loaf shape. And then just to finish it off, we're going to drizzle it with some honey.
Would that be after the baking process is done or before?
This is before.
Before the baking
so
process.
after the second rising process,
Yes.
before you put it in the oven, add your honey and then some additional oats and sunflower seeds.
Oh my goodness.
So we've got lovely crunch on top. And then you bake that at 180 degrees for 45 minutes.
Excellent.
And you're done.
All right, SMS the keyword clover to 33728. Let's give you a quick recap of how we made this delicious loaf.
Creamier taste and bigger fruit pieces. Fruits of the Forest yogurt is made with love by Clover. Nothing is as comforting or as tasty as a loaf of freshly baked bread. Give this honey, oat and sunflower seed bread a try this week. Simple to make and perfect for the week's lunchboxes. Add 2 cups of bread flour to a mixing bowl, followed by a cup of whole wheat flour, 3/4 of a cup of sunflower seeds, half a cup of oats, a teaspoon of salt, a sachet of instant yeast, 30 ml of melted clover butter, 60 ml of honey, and a cup of lukewarm water. Stir to combine, and once you have a bread dough, knead until elastic and smooth, and leave to double in size. Put the dough in a greased loaf tin. Then drizzle over 2 tablespoons of honey and sprinkle over 2 tablespoons of sunflower seeds and oats. Bake at 180 degrees Celsius for 40 to 50 minutes and you're done. Making your own bread is so easy to do and so rewarding to eat. This slightly sweet honeyed bread will be a hit with your family, so go ahead and bake too.
Made with love by Clover.
All right, SMS the keyword clover to 33728. We have to show you a cross section of
Still
this.
warm.
Oh, is it?
Goodness.
Beautiful.
Amazing.
So clover to 33728. Oh wow.
Look at that.
Beautiful stuff, and it looks beautifully
So soft.
fluffy, soft
Oh,
on the inside
delicious.
as well. I think you can cut up enough pieces for the rest of the guys on set.
Okay,
and,
I'm going to keep
sure
going.
they'd love to taste as well. You can keep on going. SMS clover to 33728.
Creamier taste and bigger fruit pieces. Fruits of the Forest yogurt is made with love by Clover.
Lovely stuff. I can already just see an angry pack of wolves gathering to our right. Teresa, do you see
here
them?
they come.
I'm joking. An angry pack of beautiful wolves.
Hey, what have we got in here?
We got some freshly baked bread, guys.
you.
Oh, it smells so good.
Wow. Are you guys that hungry? You're literally shaking.
This is our breakfast, okay?
Wow.
But guys, what's better than walking into a kitchen and smelling freshly baked
Bread.
bread?
Literally the best thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that extra crunchiness on the inside of the sunflower seeds and the oat as well. With a honey twist. And now you pack that into your little one's lunchbox.
Yes.
Include some
With the yogurt.
clover fruits of the forest. Boom.
Do you actually dip it in?
You could. Hey, who needs butter when you can dip it
Take
in that yogurt?
and spread the yogurt.
What?
Ow. By use.
What do you think? Thank you very much, Teresa. All right, try out the recipe at home. Let us know what you think. It's good.
Apply for your American Express Gold or Platinum card and get 20% off your food bill, or a complimentary appetizer, or a free bottle of wine every time you use your card at participating taste restaurants around the country. Apply now at americanexpress.co.za.
Hey, it's a Monday morning. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're live, large and in charge, and very much excited for the third Taal Monument Koorfees that's taking place on the 14th of March. Make your way there to see a plethora of choirs performing the most beautiful music as we are about to witness right now with the Edgemead High School Choir. Looking forward to their participation in the festival. And here they are performing the Lacrimosa. Cantabile. Beautiful music here on your Feel Good Breakfast on this Monday morning. The Edgemead High School Choir that are part of the third Taal Monument Koorfees. Go and check it out on the 14th of March, all the way in the battle. It is going to be a wonderful festival indeed. Thank you very much, everyone. You can smile. That was wonderful. All right, on that note, let us know what you thought about that performance on our Expresso Morning Show SABC3 Facebook page. Oh, wait, what's that? Is it a school bell ringing? No, it's the news.
Thank you, Kat. Time for us to take a look at that 8 o'clock news headlines. The Department of Environment, Forestry and Fisheries has extended the West Coast rock lobster season to support fishers affected by the coronavirus. Since the outbreak of the virus in China, where 90% of the species is exported to, the export price has declined dramatically. This impelled small and larger fishers to ask the department to take remedial action to support them. Meanwhile, the death toll on mainland China has reached 2,442, with some 77,000 infections reported as of yesterday. President Cyril Ramaphosa yesterday described the founder of Ladysmith Black Mambazo, Joseph Shabalala, as an excellent ambassador to South Africa, or of South Africa rather, who put Zulu culture as well as his hometown of Ladysmith on the world map. Ramaphosa delivered the eulogy at the funeral held in Ladysmith Indoor Sports Centre in KwaZulu-Natal. He said Shabalala was a musical genius and a prolific composer. Shabalala passed away on the 11th of February at the age of 78 in Pretoria. In international news, a Mozambican court has sentenced a 66-year-old American Rodney Willard Baldus to 18 years in jail for drug trafficking. The media reported this yesterday. Baldus was arrested in June last year at the international airport in Maputo. He was reportedly attempting to travel to Johannesburg with 4.6 kilograms of heroin. The United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime has warned that Mozambique has become a high-volume corridor for illegal substances, particularly heroin, and called for greater international cooperation to prevent the scourge. Fears mounted this weekend over the rise of new cases and fatalities around or outside China from the new coronavirus outbreak, as the World Health Organization warned of a shrinking window to stem the spread of the deadly disease. The warning came as the COVID-19 strain has now spread over 25 countries and caused more than a dozen deaths outside China. Italy has the highest number of cases in Europe, with confirmed cases surging from 3 on Friday to more than 130 by yesterday, and 3 deaths. And now news of South Africa's culinary team, where the culinary team have made us truly proud competing in Stuttgart, Germany. The team bagged 3 bronze medals at the oldest, largest and most diverse international culinary competition in the world. It's the 25th IKA Culinary Olympics. As reported last Monday, chef Nicholas van der Walt took bronze for his sugar workpiece King for a Day, which featured South Africa's glorious King Protea. Now the other bronzes were earned for the IKA Chef's Table and the Restaurant of Nations events, where they had to cook a 3-course meal for 110 people, evaluated by 10 judges. Now the team of Trevor Boyd, who is the manager, Kirsten Hellerman, Andries Figgers-Brown, and Bradley van den Kirk, Oscar Bart, Sifiso Chizano, Chante Rabi, have all indeed helped to keep South Africa on the international culinary map. We doff our caps, or is it toques rather, to our folks. Now turning our gaze to the world of entertainment, South African fans of American rapper Cardi B are going to be wearing their expensive red bottom shoes to the Ticket Pro Dome in Johannesburg in June, where she is set to perform on our soil for the very first time. She is only going to perform for one night, and she seems ready to fully embrace Mzansi culture. We'll have more on that story a bit later on in our entertainment report. That's where we leave it for this morning. Here's a final look at your sports.
After a very busy weekend in sports, we count the cost, and it was pretty good for South Africa, making a necessary comeback after their first T20 thrashing against Australia. They beat the visitors by 12 runs in a thrilling second T20 at the St. George's Park in Port Elizabeth. That, of course, playing out yesterday. So the Proteas won the toss, decided to bat first, and posted 158 in their 20, with skipper Quinton de Kock continuing his form, hitting 70 from 47 deliveries. The hosts then restricted Australia to 146 for 6, with Lungi and Gidi picking up 3 wickets in the process. So Proteas have now levelled the 3-match series 1-1, and that decider will play out at Newlands on Wednesday. And not only were the Proteas men victorious over the weekend, but the Proteas women also recorded a 6-wicket win over England with 2 balls to spare. That was in their opening match in the ICC Women's T20 World Cup in Australia. South Africa won the toss, decided to field, and then watched as England posted 123 for 8. South Africa's Danae van Niekerk reaching 46 runs, and Marizanne Kapp hitting 38 to guide their team to the win. The Proteas women will next face Thailand, and that match takes place on Friday. Then the Springbok Women's Sevens team also won their second -7s title in as many years. The Mbokoro, they beat Boland Rebels, SWD Titans, Blue Jets and Busy Bees to walk away as overall winners in wet conditions. Paul Delport's side keeping a clean sheet as well against all teams as they prepare for the all-important HSBC World Rugby Sevens Challenger Series taking place in Stellenbosch next month. Then on to the 15-man format of the game. Round 4 of Super Rugby saw the Stormers becoming the only unbeaten team in the entire competition after recording a pretty hard-fought 17-7 win over Argentina's Jaguares at Newlands. That was, of course, on Saturday. Some other Super Rugby results saw the Sharks defeat the Rebels on tour 36-24, and the Bulls, so they are still winless in the competition after narrowly losing out 21-23 to the visiting Blues at Loftus. So after round 4, the Stormers topped the overall standings with defending champions Crusaders in second and the Brumbies in third place. Then Nedbank Cup football resumed this weekend with Highlands Park stunning last year's finalists Kaizer Chiefs, beating them 5-4 in a penalty shootout. In other results, Mamelodi Sundowns beat Vaal University 2-0. Black Leopards saw off Amavarara FC 2-0, and Bloem Celtic, they edged out Maritzburg United 3-2. It's going to be only one Nedbank Cup fixture this evening, and that's Bidvest Wits hosting Chipper United. United at Bidvest Stadium, kicking off at 7:30 this evening. Then some exciting fixtures in the Premier League over the past couple of days. Chelsea beating a toothless Tottenham Hotspur 2-1 in the London derby. Despite missing a penalty, Man City still overcoming Leicester City 1-0. Yesterday's big result saw Manchester United thrash Watford 3-0 and Arsenal coming from behind to nervously beat Everton 3-2. There's going to be one Premier League fixture this evening. Our table-topping Liverpool looking to extend that massive lead as they take on West Ham United at Anfield. That'll kick off at 10 p.m. local time. And that's a wrap of your sport for this Monday morning. Let's get one last look at the roads.
The time is now 7 minutes past 8. Let's have the last look at what's happening on the roads this morning. Starting off in Jet Park, Gauteng on the N12 eastbound. There has been an accident before Atlas Road obstructing the right lane. Please approach the area with caution. Down to the Western Cape at Khayelitsha, there is protest action on Badal Powell Drive before Khayelitsha. The road is currently blocked and alternative routes are in place. Please avoid the area this morning. Lastly, Northern Line Metro Rail, the Strand train service will terminate at Eerste-Rivier until further notice. Commuters are advised to use an alternative mode of transport this morning. That's your 8 o'clock traffic roundup. Right now, let's have the last look at the weather with Jamie.
Thank you so much, Kuthla. It's a beautiful Monday morning. You're on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Now, we've asked you to send in your sunrise pictures. Thank you so much for everyone that sent their pictures through. One of them being Barbara Ann Hall for her incredible sunrise from Cape Town. And then our regular photographer, Father Khan, for your grey skyline from Richards Bay, as well as Gershwin Shaw for your sunrise from Kimberley. And then lastly, Drini Vermaak for your amazing sunrise from Scottburg. We love seeing those pictures, so remember to keep sending them through on our Expresso Morning Show Facebook page. And now let's take a look at the rest of the country. Starting off in Polokwane, high humidity is expected for you, ranging from 13 to 24 degrees. Umbombela, your low is 15, peaking at 23 degrees today. If you find yourself in Pretoria, your range is 12 and 26 degrees today. Johannesburg, 12-25. Now a northeasterly wind of 15 kilometers per hour can be expected for you, Mahikeng, with a low of 15 and a maximum of 28 degrees. Klerksdorp, 13-29. Kimberley, 15-30. And of course, if you find yourself in Bloemfontein today, your range is 12 and 28 degrees. Now, a couple of showers can be expected for Richards Bay with a low of 17 and a maximum of 24. Pietermaritzburg, 14-24. Now, occasional rain can be expected for South Africa's playground at Durban with a low of 18 and a maximum of 25 degrees. Mthatha, 11-24. East London, 16-23. Now, the coolest start to the morning can be expected in Craddock with an all-low of 10 and a maximum of 29. Port Elizabeth, PE, 16-23. And then high humidity comes through for George with a low of 14 and a maximum of 21. Sutherland, 13-29. And a southeasterly wind of 17 kilometers per hour expected for the mother city, Cape Town, today with a range of 16 and 28 degrees. Worcester, 18-34. Now, the highest temperature in the country can be found in Springbok today with a low of 23, peaking at 36 degrees. So make sure that you are cool for the rest of the day. But of course, Uppington, your range is 22, peaking at 36 degrees. Whatever the weather, wherever you find yourself today, make sure it is a memorable Monday.
Happy birthday, a very happy birthday to you.
Hey, bayay tata, bayay celebrate. When you hear this tune, you know what time it is. It's time to celebrate your birthday because we take a moment out of your Feel Good Breakfast Show to say happy birthday. Right?
Absolutely. Let's get right into it, shall we? Happy birthday to you, Samuel. This is your birthday message. May you be blessed with many more years to come. And this is a message coming from Muriel. Then happy 5th birthday to Fatima Jacobs. Slamat, my girl. May you be granted many more years. Love you. And this is from your mom, dad, and the whole family. We love you.
Oh, the cutest little girl, Fatima. And then we've got Amber. Listen to this. The first birthday to our beautiful Amber. Love from Daphne, Sylvan, Shira, and Levi. She is so cute. An overload of cuteness. And then happy 51st birthday to my dearest godmother, Queen I thank the man above for blessing me with such a warm-hearted mom. Your teachings played a very big role in my life and made me the person I am today. This is from your beloved goddaughter, Kanye. Happy birthday, Queen. Look at that. She is a queen indeed.
We're wishing you all the love your heart can hold, all the joy a day can bring, and all the cake your stomach can handle. Happy 31st birthday. Enjoy your special day. This is a message to Yolandi, and this is from your mommy, your auntie, your sisters, and cousins as well. And here's wishing a beautiful, joyful, and spontaneous girl, Ciara, an amazing 8th birthday. You truly light up our lives. We thank God for you every day. Have an awesome day, love. And this is from your mom, your dad, and your sister, Skylar. Happy birthday, Ciara.
Happy birthday. And then it says here, I wish my mom, Sylvie, a happy 65th birthday. We thank you for being in our lives, teaching us all the good things. May God keep you strong for us. We love you, Mom. Enjoy your day. This is from Charmaine and your daughters. Happy birthday, Mom. And then happy 4th birthday to Bella. May you have a blessed day. We love you. That's from your mommy, your daddy, your grandma, your auntie, and Elaine. Happy birthday, Bella.
Sabella. Happy 43rd birthday to an awesome wife and mother, Teresa Miller. We, as Miller family, appreciate everything that you do for us, all the extra miles you walk for us, and all thank you very much. May God bless you and keep you safe from harm. Enjoy your day. Happy birthday to you, Teresa. And then finally, I wish my mom, Suzanne Shirinza. For Susan Shirinza, a happy 60th birthday. Wow. May you have a great day. I love you so much. This is from your daughter, Leti Shirinza. Happy birthday to you, Mom Suzanne.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so that's where we leave it for this morning. But of course, we are always on standby to receive those video dedications. Sing them a song, your loved ones, as they celebrate their birthday. Sing them a song, wish them well. Record a message for them, 10 to 15 seconds, and then WhatsApp it to 071-6406-551. This week, Kat is on WhatsApp phone duty, so you know that Kat will be receiving all of those videos.
Yes, it's my turn to take on the roster.
We said, please send those videos through or email them to birthdays@kadova.tv. If it's your birthday, happy birthday.
Happy birthday indeed, but of course we're keeping the conversation flowing here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. How do you know you found the one? We're continuing this conversation with psychologist Carissa Bloomberg in a moment. So take a quick break and fill up on those coffee cups and we'll see you after this.
Find your smooth fortune with Tropica. Buy a Tropica promo pack, enter now, and stand a chance to win your share of 1 million rand in prizes and the smooth grand prize of a Suzuki Ignis. The more Tropica you buy, the more chances you have to win.
Also catch the new season of Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. on SABC3 from the 3rd of March.
Tropica, nothing smoother.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso. Thank you so much for keeping it locked as we enter into the last hour of the show. Still lots on the way. So, being a Monday, we are talking relationships today. Our celebrity psychologist, Carissa Broomberg, is in the hot seat to help us discuss how to know when you have found the one and how to work towards, most importantly, a healthy commitment to each other. We'd love to hear your questions and your comments. So, head on over to our Facebook page, drop a comment or post, and we've had a couple come through already. You want to take us through some of those?
Absolutely. Langalihle says, Expresso show family, when you look at her eyes and she looks back at yours with a little bit of a smile in there within a time of 30 seconds. Okay, you have to time it. When you know it's 30 seconds, you found the one, the right one. Okay, we see you. Another one comes through from Dion, says, morning Expresso. Beautiful conversation this is. Relationship to me means sharing or having the same interests. If she or he is the one, you will eventually know when their goals, mission, interests are matched to yours. Another thing I've learned is that if someone is the one, you will know when they introduce you to their family and friends.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's a good one, yeah.
And then the last one comes through, and I love this one. Bertram, you are hitting the field this morning. He says, I met my wife in 1996. I was 4 years old, okay? There was no formal introductions. I was the DJ. Listen to this, man. Listen to this, guys. I was the DJ, and she did a dance demonstration at a formal event. We looked at each other, walked towards each other, and started dancing with each other. We never spoke a word. Since then, we couldn't dance with anyone else but each other and never stopped dancing. It's what connects us, guys.
Oh, that's very cute.
You just look at each other, and then you start... Guys, Bertram, I love you.
Now
Thanks.
And the time of my life. Funny enough, my story with my one is quite similar. Dance as a way of bringing people together in that way. But I think there are many signs, because I don't want to trivialize this and kind of... You know, it's yes, we get love and we get lust and we get chemistry, and those, you know, it's all kind of wrapped into one journey.
Yes.
It's a scale of, but there are signs as that relationship grows that we really do need to be aware of, that this is worth hanging on to, worth fighting for, worth growing. What are some of the signs that you have found that person who is compatible, who could be the one that you need to settle down with? What do you think?
As our wonderful listeners have said, you've got the same values. You're heading in the same direction. You understand each other. You just get each other. You can feel vulnerable. You can feel safe with the person. They have introduced you to the family, and the friends accept you. Yes. And there's just, you can't stop thinking that its soul connection is there. It's a gut feel, mental feel, physically, emotionally. It's there. You can't describe it.
Okay, for instance, now we got those feelings, like everything feels right. Should we then already make it like official? Should we then bring it to the lockdown and be like, this is the one, let's pursue each other further? What is the next step?
So here's the thing. In the first 3 months, everyone's putting their best foot forward and showing the best side of themselves. And I think it takes, after those 3 months, you really get to know the person up close and personal after that. So I don't think people should be in a hurry. And everyone takes a longer time to commit. Some quick, some not. You know, when do you want to know you're exclusive? So for everyone, it's different. So rushing it, you could chase your partner away.
Also, what does it mean to you? What is commitment? Because for some people, yes, putting a ring on it might be your expression of commitment.
Yes.
For others, it might be the way that you live and treat each other. It could be a varied...
Yes.
What it is, though, is a two-way street. It needs to be a conversation that the two of you are actively involved in. And how should you approach that conversation about long-term commitment?
So there's two approaches. For me, I love the direct, the honest. You know, I'm about integrity and speaking the truth. I would sit the partner down over a lovely meal and say, where are we headed? You know, are we serious? Are we going in the right direction? How do you feel?
What do you want?
What do you want? Or if that's too scary, you can play amateur psychologist. What are your priorities for the future? What do you think of long-term relationship? You can kind of, you do it underhand. We all both know what you're talking about, though. But I prefer the direct approach. We've been going for a while. You know that you're the only person in my life. When do we call ourselves mutually exclusive?
And it might help you kind of lay the foundation at the early stages of a relationship, know what's going on, because I think and this might apply more for women than for men. I think and I might be kind of overly simplifying things, but someone might have intentions. They might want a long-term relationship and you might not, and you don't want to kind of string that person along because it just feels good in the moment. You've got to be a responsible person within that engagement.
Exactly.
We're going to continue to take your questions, so please keep weighing in. We love these stories of love. Please, I want to know the magical moment where you locked eyes. Maybe you didn't even talk to each other, you just danced into each other's arms. Bertram, you're a champion, man. We absolutely love that. So keep those comments, those questions coming. We'll try to get through them. We're going to have one more discussion around finding and keeping the one.
Well, from a love conversation, and hopefully love which is abundant all throughout, is something that we take for granted. Now, it's estimated that around 7 million children walk to school with damaged shoes, shoes that are too big or too small, or with no shoes at all. And for the last month, kids across the country have been given the simple gift that many of us do take for granted, or just simply add to a shopping list at the beginning of a school year without even thinking about it twice. And we're talking about new school shoes, guys.
Yeah, and in 2018, Crush set out to donate 10,000 pairs of Smart Step school shoes to kids in need. And in 2019, this number was doubled. And 2020 was no different, with another 20,000 pairs of school shoes given away. Over the past few weeks, the Crush crew and some big-hearted celebrities and influencers traveled across the length and breadth of our beautiful country to share the goodness, spread joy, and give learners hope and a new sense of pride.
And we love to see it. So thanks to all of our viewers at home who helped Crush make this possible. It just goes to show that collectively, every little bit we do can make a difference to those who really need it most. So thank you, South Africa. And remember, if you haven't entered the Crush Goodness competition yet, be sure to get your nearest shop, or rather get to your nearest shop, buy a bottle of Crush and follow the details on the pack. That means you should put yourself in a chance to winning your share of 250,000 Rand in cash and 5 paid-up school fees to the value of 50,000 Rand each. It's a big, big prize, but it's a good prize for doing something really good for someone else in the process as well.
Nothing like those smiles when you see them.
Oh, man, those kids.
Thank you, Susan. Thank you.
With your support, we are now able to donate 20,000 pairs of Smart Step school shoes to children in need. Celebrate goodness when you buy a Crush. Dial the number on the pack for a chance to win your share of cash prizes and school fees. Crush, share the goodness.
Never met someone with a heart like this.
He embodies what it means to be selfless.
Even when I was in a state of panic, she saw me through bravery.
Often the bravest people don't see themselves as others do. Join us in celebrating these brave heroes. Nominate the pharmacists and healthcare professionals in your community making a real difference, and stand a chance to win 5,000 Rand.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beautiful peeps. We're having a lot of fun getting into our entertainment news.
Yes.
Some sad, some heartbreaking, some unbelievably exciting news. If you're old like me and loved Friends.
I mean, I'm not that old, but I know it, okay?
You know of it, or have you watched it?
I've actually watched it.
Because it's so good. It's almost better now than it was when I watched it first when I was in school. Friends, they are coming back together.
Yes, they are. Now, who told you that life was going to be this way?
Nobody.
Is your job a joke? Are you broke? No, I'm kidding. The famous Friends, namely Jennifer Aniston, David Schwimmer, Courtney Cox, Matthew Perry, Matt LeBlanc, and Lisa Kudrow are coming back together for an exclusive, untitled and unscripted once-off special that fans will be able to stream in May. Now, if you aren't familiar with this series, it follows the lives of 6 young adults living their best lives in Manhattan. The show ran for 10 years, straight from 1994 to 2004.
You weren't born that time.
I really wasn't, actually. And the last episode garnered 52 million views, making it the most watched episode in the early 2000s. Wow, this reunion is a big deal, okay? And rumors of it came into full effect after Jennifer Aniston joined Instagram back in October and posted a picture of the cast together. The story will pick up 15 years after it ended. Each core cast member is set to receive at least $2.5 million. $2.5 million, okay?
Wow. But do you know how many people are going to watch this? You don't understand.
I'm one of those people.
So many people will watch it. It'll worth every penny.
It's absolutely
New viewers
worth
for the
it.
older ones as well.
Matthew Perry was the first of the cast to confirm the reunion on Instagram with the caption, "It's happening," and the rest shared his post. This highly requested and anticipated TV event has excited fans of the long-running sitcom, which includes some precious reactions from our favorite celebrities. Everyone from Charlie Puth straight to Kris Jenner. Everyone is just shook to the core. If you need any of us, we'll be counting down the days until the Friends cast is no longer on a break.
This is
love
amazing.
it.
No, it's really, really big because that set the tone for that kind of sitcom. Like, I mean, they got up to about $1 million an episode then, which was unheard of.
Amazing.
It was actually David Schwimmer who was the one who was driving it behind the scenes. He was the most valuable of the cast members. Hasn't gone on to be the most famous of them.
Yes.
Probably Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, she is, definitely.
It's going to be so good to see them all come back
together.
But listen to this one, a story of Kobe Bryant's memorial, right? So because, of course, we've all been, I think, quite glued to our screens trying to see what the next thing is going to be in terms of the story, seeing it unfold. You know, countless tributes they've poured out to the families of those who lost their loved ones in the tragic Calabasas helicopter crash that claimed the life of NBA superstar Kobe Bryant on the 26th of Jan. And today has been rather set aside as the celebration of life. So today we are going to be seeing a celebration of life for him and his daughter Gianna at the Los Angeles Staples Center, where Bryant played basketball professionally for the majority of his 20-year career, right? Now, today has been deliberately chosen with the symbolic date of 24 to 20, as explained by Bryant's widow, Vanessa, that 24 is the number Bryant wore in the later part of his career. And, of course, Gianna wore the number 2, right, for her youth basketball teams, remember? And then 20 is the number of years that Kobe and Vanessa were together. So
no, I'm going to cry.
It's so symbolic, but it's also so beautiful. But it's unclear who will speak at the memorial, but thousands of mourners, they are expected to attend. And, of course, proceeds from the ticket sales, they're being donated to the Mamba and Mambasita Foundation and Kobe's charitable effort, which provides funding to underserved communities and athletes in hopes of positively impacting their lives through sports.
That just warmed my heart and gave me chills.
Out of the many heartbreaking kind of elements to the story, the fact that he was actually flying to his academy at the time, and the fact that his daughter and his life were lost in the process. I just can't help but think of his wife and the family, what they must be going through. But that they've chosen to turn this into a celebration of life as opposed to some, because there's been so much sadness attached to this. But it's now all leading back to the foundation, something that was the keystone, the cornerstone of his efforts now. But I didn't realize how much of an impact this man had on sports. You kind of think of, maybe Michael Jordan as being the only other basketball player who's maybe Magic Johnson, these guys who have transcended their sports to become a global icon, and Kobe Bryant certainly was that, but it should be a platform for inspiration, not just great depth of sadness.
Today we celebrate his life.
We do. Guys, on to other news, though. Cardi B is coming to South Africa, everybody. I know. Now, she is set to perform at the Ticket Pro Dome in Johannesburg for one night only later this year in June. She wrote on her Twitter, South Africa, Chioma B. I'm trying to do an accent, but I can't. Chioma B is coming. Teach me more about your country in the comments. So, guys, head on over to Twitter so they can actually teach you good things.
Probably sounded like South Africa. Germany is coming.
The guys, organizers of the event for which Cardi is coming have said that the tickets at each price point sold in a record-breaking time of 1.2 seconds each. Seconds! Which left some fans in frustration as they couldn't purchase tickets due to the site crashing. So that's a bit of sad. Now, this will be her first time in South Africa, but not a first time on the African continent. Because I don't know if you remember December, she was actually in Ghana and Nigeria. If you saw it,
that's where she got her name, Chioma. It's a Nigerian name.
Absolutely. She loved the hospitality so much, and she was very concerned at that time about the state of America, and then got to tweeting, I'm filing for Nigerian citizenship, everybody. She's like, I'm coming to Nigeria.
Her a party.
I know, but this, of course, set off Twitter war between her West African fans and Nigeria and Ghana. But as well as we all know, Cardi won't be leaving the Bronx anytime soon, and I guess we like it like that.
From the Bronx. Do another date. If it's sold out in 1.2 seconds or whatever.
You have to.
Have her here for an entire weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Please, man, please.
I like this picture actually on the screen there, because even though she was there to do a show in Nigeria and Ghana, she actually took all the convertibles that they came with and filled it up with like supplies for the less fortunate and went to orphanage homes to
in the
I love that.
In the convertible.
Only a rapper can.
I like it like that.
Okay, well, that's a roundup of our entertainment news stories. There's so much happening in celebrity world, and I'm sure you are seeing it every now and again. Why don't you share those stories with us if any one of them catches your attention on our Facebook? Tag us, Expresso Morning Show, SABC3, with that hashtag Expresso Show.
And now, of course, there are 6 celebrities, South African celebrities, that we are really interested in as they're about to embark on the adventure of a lifetime with 6 consumer contestants. Tropica Island of Treasure.
Yeah, and we like it like that, Graham Richards. Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao is coming to you soon, all the way from the Caribbean. This season, I can assure you, will be filled with spice, there'll be drama, and of course, exhilarating challenges where 6 smooth fans will be pairing up with 6 celebrities to compete for their share of smooth fame and fortune. Now, Sipose Tukolo is a vibrant and passionate creative who has an immense love for creating content and using that content to then connect with audiences. So let's find out how this guy is planning on winning smooth fame and fortune with hashtag Tropica.
Hey yo, what's going on? My name is Sipose Tukolo, otherwise known as Setu, originally from Durban, KwaMashu, and now staying in Johannesburg. I'm a digital content creator and marketer. Besides an amazing beard, I'm bringing good energy, fun, laughter, good vibrations all around. That's me in a nutshell. And this, everything. My style, aka the drip. I just feel like style is an expression of who you are on the inside. So I like to look good all the time, try to, be in the latest threads. And of course, you look good, you feel good, you do good.
Setu is the kind of person that is always trying to be good, always trying to do the right thing. He's very good, he's kind-hearted, loves to have fun. He's also very hardworking. He's a very powerful businessman. I believe he's one of the future billionaires. If he would just listen to Auntie and all the business advice that I give him.
The reason why I entered Tropica Island of Treasure Season 9 is because, who wouldn't want to be on an island and possibly win $1 million? The call came in, I kept quiet for a second, put down the phone, I took a stroll, and out of nowhere, I just jumped for joy. Oh man, my friends are just an amazing group of people. We like going out, socializing, trying different new exotic food, but otherwise we're just some good-hearted people. Like, we vibe with each other, and as they say, your vibe attracts your tribe.
He's definitely going to win Tropica Island of Treasure because he has no choice. He has no choice but to win. Because if he wins, the family wins and the team wins. And I still want my 10%. If you think so.
And if he's getting a friendship 10%, I want my family 10%, yeah.
So I've been prepping myself for the island by going to the gym religiously almost every day, playing little puzzle mind games just to sharpen me mentally, and of course watching the previous season just so I'm familiar with the games when I step in.
He's going to do so well. He's the winner, and everyone should just go home.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Sipho Setukolo, aka Set to the Vibe Curator. Make sure to catch me on Tropica Island of Treasure, Curacao, coming very soon to SABC3. The stage is yours.
Well, there you have it. The stage is clearly Setu's stage, and you can see him on Tropica Island of Treasure. And of course, you can find your smooth fame and fortune with Tropica. And all you need to do is buy Tropica, then follow those entry details on the pack, and that puts you in line to win your share of 1 million rand in prizes, such as a trip for 2 with KLM to Amsterdam. There are also LG G8 smartphones, LG TVs, LG dishwashers, also guest vouchers, guest watches, and guest accessories, plus the smooth grand prize of a Suzuki Ignis. That could be yours. Now, of course, the more Tropica you buy, the more chances you have to win. And T's and C's that apply can be found on the website, tropica.co.za. Also, remember to catch the very first episode of Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao on Tuesday, the 3rd of March at 7:30 p.m. only on SABC3. Tropica, nothing smoother.
Venus. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's a Monday. Welcome back. We are talking relationships, and today's celebrity psychologist Carissa Bloomberg is in the hot seat to help us discuss how to know when you've found the one. Does it even exist? Is it a romantic notion we've learned from films? Well, I'll tell you one thing. We all want and need a healthy relationship and are hoping for healthy commitment from each other, and that's where we are working towards. So we'd love to hear your questions and comments, and we've had some great ones come through on our social media platforms, so thank you so much. In fact, let's delve into a couple of those right now. Do you want to kick us off?
Yes, certainly. Alex Moore said there are over 7.5 billion people on the planet. The idea that there's one person out of billions just for you is supremely arrogant and completely improbable. I don't love my wife because she's the one. I love her because she's the best suited for me. Oh, Mama, that's
but I like you get all pragmatic about it.
Yeah.
So, no, you tell him, Alex.
And there's another one that came through from Alison. She says, first form of a good relationship with yourself. If you don't love yourself fully, how can you love another? Which is so important.
Wow, now you've opened up a whole nother conversation.
But we did a show on that. We spoke about the psychology of self-love a few weeks ago. Yes.
Man, you have to be complete, completely incomplete to let someone else complete you. What happens now if you have that all-important conversation, as we've established, about what your long game is, what you're wanting out of a long-term relationship, and this person that you are so desperately in love with, the one, isn't on the same page?
Yes. Okay. Big red flag. Okay. But before you run away, just find out why. Try and get to the bottom of it. Have they been hurt before? Are they scared of commitment? Are they still in love with their ex? Are they just a serial dater and never going to commit? Are they in it just for sex? Excuse me saying that. What are the reasons? Find out. And do they just need more time? Because, you know, we need to find out why.
It begs the question, can people change? because we all change. You probably change most because of your relationships. That's probably the biggest influence on your life. So surely, yes, maybe in this moment they are not wanting, and I can speak about this about myself and my partner. We were both had very different notions of what long-term commitment meant. And that changed, evolved as we got to know each other and saw ourselves in a different light because of each other. So you can't just turn love off. So now this person has said to you, I'm not interested in a long-term relationship. You say, okay, well then cheers. Or do you try and work at it?
You try for a while. I would definitely say try and definitely find out the reasons why. Because you do hear these people that can't commit and they meet, sorry to say this, the one.
The one.
And then they want to, they don't want to lose that person. So people can, if they want to change, they can. But then you've got to give it a time span, you know, 5 years down the line and you're still trying, you know.
Yeah.
No.
5, 6, 7 years, you know.
But what if you guys are not on the same page? What if let's put it like this. What if I feel like he's the one, but he doesn't feel like I'm the one? Where to from there? How do you then get out of that? Because obviously you guys are not on the same page.
Yes. That is so tough. Lots of conversation. And also, I would give the person the space. Sometimes to step back is actually the best thing that you can actually do.
If you love someone,
let them go.
Yeah.
Not really need to set them free. Just, you know, just breathe. Don't play games. But just breathe and let the person have time to think. Maybe they don't want to lose you. You know, and then there's always the thing that, do you want to do a couples counseling? Do you want to speak to a pastor? Do you want to get some, do you want to talk it through? Go to church? Just fine. Just fight for it a little bit before you decide to walk away.
If someone's phobic about marriage, maybe taking them to meet your pastor might not be the very best thing. You know, be savvy about it.
Yes.
Who decides that you need to fight for it, though? Because, like...
You decide, Jamie.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, what if you and Lindsay were not on the same page and you really want to fight for Lindsay because you know that she's the one? How do you ultimately know, like... Or how do you keep telling yourself? When do you call it? When you just say, like, you know what, it's kind of not worth my time anymore. I'm fighting for it. I know she's the one. Or do you just be like, you know what, eventually, like, if the universe wants us to be together, if God wants us to be together, it will come back to me.
I like that attitude. You didn't have to fight, did you? No. It just worked.
That's the difference.
That's the difference. Because one, as you're saying, Jamie, one could actually fight and fight and fight, and you fight so much you're actually pushing the other person away. So I would say breathe. I would say give them space. I would say start looking else. You know, the more we actually cling to something and someone and force it and try, and the more they're going to end up backing off and running away.
But also, I think you hit the nail on the head there. Work, and that's something that it's you, and it's something you can do. You can empower yourself by working to become a better person for that person, and that's the thing. Sometimes be conscious of it. Don't put it all on the other person. There are things that you can do for yourself, like working on yourself within a relationship to make yourself better. You know, at being in relationship as well. But I love what you said there about just breathe. I think that advice works in every facet of life. Just take a breath and breathe. Thank you so much. Some fantastic advice this morning. The one won't just put a smile on your face and give you a little butterflies in your tummy. They'll do that and much more. If you're lucky enough to find them, savor that feeling. Enjoy a bit of getting to know each other and building a future together, but never, ever, ever, regardless of where you stand in that commitment, stop working on a better relationship.
Well, thanks very much, guys. Much appreciated. We've been having fun as well on this Monday morning with the launch of the catalogue of brand new gifts from our team here on the show. And so the Expresso Show social media team thought that we need to ask you what you think about the idea, Sis Princess. I don't know. You saw the gifts that we made, right?
Yes.
The idea that you should make your own your own file of gifts as well for everyone out there to use. Do you like that idea?
Yes.
I think it could be very cool.
Yes.
So we thought, let's show everyone at home potentially what it might look like.
Okay.
Have you been practicing your gifts?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you were to do an excited face, what would you do? 3, 2, 1 as a gift. That's nice. That's nice. What if we were to say make a gif of you congratulating someone? What would you do? 3, 2, 1, action. That gift would come with a sound clip as well that you can attach to it. But anyways, listen, let us know. Expresso Morning Show SABC3, link up with us on all our social media platforms. Would you like to see a folder of Sis Princess's gifts as well? Let's do one more. One, when you look at somebody and you're like, no, that's not right.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Beautiful stuff. Hi, where's Caucasus? You are the one. So let us know, what would you think about that idea? I'm sure that you'd love it. And hopefully we can get a folder together of Sis Princess's gifts. Now we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we have the William Lloyd Primary School as well as the Voce Armonice that are all going to be part of the 3rd Tal Monument Choir Festival. And they'll be performing for us looking very, very beautiful, very sprightly, very energetic on this Monday morning.
Rise and shine. There's no better way to wake up other than with Mackie D's for breakfast. Download the McDonald's app for delicious daily deals and start your day the right way.
My name's Colleen Weinhardt and I'm 26 years old. The reason I entered Tropica Island of Treasure Season 9 is because I watched the previous season and it looked like so much fun, and I think I really need an island vacation. How I'm preparing for the island and the challenges that are going to be there, I'm doing a lot of mental activities to keep my brain sharp, and I've started hitting the gym really hard. My family is very important to me, so my little sister is my biggest fan, and one of my biggest motivators is my friend Klaus. Whatever she puts her mind to, she will achieve it, no matter what she does.
She's got a drive like no other.
Yeah.
When we heard she's in Tropica Island of Treasure, we were over the moon, because I still gave her my gym membership to get there.
They were super excited when I told them that I'm going to enter Tropica, and then when I finally told them that I got it, they basically jumped out of their seats. So I think they're very excited to see what this journey holds. Watch me on Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao, coming to you soon on SABC3.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beautiful souls. It's so cool having all of you on the couch. It's so nice that we all
A complete family.
Yeah, that we all get to share, because we know each other really well. The show kind of, it really does put you out there, and we've connected. So we know each other's gift faces, okay? I know that your faces, you know, I know when you're lacking decorum.
You started this journey on live TV. Okay, continue.
I know when you're about to drag someone. I know your shady face, I know it.
Yeah, so here's the deal, guys. We've launched our very own gifts, which are pretty
That's
fun.
very exciting.
And some of them funny. And we thought that we'd share them with you to show you how we do what we do. Okay. So let's quickly check out. This is supposed to be my folder with you, Graham.
Okay.
So this is the
because you've got quite a giffy face. Like, Kat has a giffy face.
What's a giffy face?
What is that?
Oh, yeah, that's a gift.
Is that what it is? Okay, cool. Let me just quickly make sure that we are together here. We are doing the thing.
I feel
there. Are we doing it? There we go. So,
thank you, Samson.
Kat and the rest. When did I become
the rest? Okay.
And many more.
So let's do it like we did the first time round. That we're going to play the gift, and then we need to kind of decide what that gift represents, what it means, right? So here's the first one. Okay, take a look.
Nominated for a SAFTA.
That's like
so
celebration.
The weekend is here. It's Friday.
It's Friday.
So you need to SMS the keyword Graham to 33728 if you want that. And a whole lot of other Graham.
How about this one? What does this one represent?
Say it again.
This is when someone has like messed something up and you're being sarcastic, like, yeah,
like,
well done, Tats.
Comrade, well done.
Well done.
Okay.
So if you want Cat's gifts, you SMS Cat. That's the keyword.
Is it Cat?
Kateho.
Kateho. Kateho.
See, he wants to throw you.
Give him that. Yeah, there we go.
That's
you. Wow.
That's it.
Kateho. With a G. Okay. Next one. What is this?
What is it?
You know, this is actually the DM gift. So if someone slides into your DM, they're like, "Ooh, Cat, you're so cute," whatever. You just like,
stop.
Is that what it is?
Okay, no, I'll let you guys label it. Okay, here's one.
Sipping tea, darling.
The whole tea.
Umgosi.
The whole
Hashtag
tea.
umgosi.
The whole pot.
This is like, I told you, girlfriend.
Okay, so SMS Jamie to 33728 to get all of Jamie's gifts. Jamie to 33728. I think we have another one.
Yeah.
Oh. Ow!
That's another DM.
That's another one.
That's it.
Shoot your shot.
Yeah, that's it.
Shoot your shot.
That's it. After you have shot your shot.
When you found the one.
Look at the eyes following it afterwards.
Yes.
With the hip twist. With the hip twist. I think we have another one.
And you literally focused. I love
it. There we go. Yes.
But I kind of feel like that could have just been you. That could have just been recording you randomly.
Yeah, that is basically you all the time.
Do we have another one?
Just a
When Lucas does something.
What do you label this one?
It's Friday, Don.
This is the payday one. This is when the SMS comes in and you're like,
Coco, Sena.
Or when you shoot your shot and you actually got like a response to it and you're like,
Yeah. That's how you do it.
This is the one you sent to your mates after you've sent the other one to the DM person, where you're like, they make contact, they love it.
Here's another one.
Shoot this one.
Oh!
That's like, hey, Zadzi.
This is for G-Star Raw. What's your man's name again on Twitter?
Oh, that's G-Star Salvi.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Or as Jamie Lee likes to call him, Zaddy.
Oh, this is Zaddy. This is when Jamie Lee sees me with my shirt unbuttoned.
That's what it is.
That is a daddy gift.
That's basically how she
But this is the one you sent first to the DM before you've even received it. And
I'm like, here's one.
Okay.
Yo!
That got scary fast, eh?
It's like, what you said was so funny. Not.
What
Sorry, not
emotions
sorry.
were you going through that day when you took this specific one?
We had just worked together.
Okay. So that's over there.
I'm done with
I
you.
referenced something before 2004, and you were like, what?
If you missed the ones we had before, take a look. Here's one from Uncle Tabsy's files.
I'm going. This is the Kailami estate. This one.
Kailami estate. No, right.
So you can
SMS
Tabby to 33728.
How about this one?
Oh my gosh, that's me to you, G.
The eyes are
I've just asked her about something in 1998 television, and she wasn't born yet. I wasn't born yet.
SMS Kuhle to 33728
I was 2 years
Kuhle's
old
file.
in 98.
You were 2 years old.
And already watching
That's not
Friends.
the point. The point is please SMS
I stand a maturing queen child.
This is what she would have done to you just afterwards. 98.
You said 98.
What face?
That should be like the caption. The caption should be Ketlaho.
That's it. You're actually right.
You know what that means?
No.
I will you.
I will.
Ketlaho. Is that it?
I will you.
I will you.
Ketlaho. I will
The direct translation.
Please use that on a meme. I will you.
I will you. I will you.
Tabi Yusabatung. Yo. This one here. This one just kills me. This is like,
This is rough, eh?
It is quite rough.
Okay, let's skip
This
past
is
that.
his
But you can
face
still
when
send
Princess calls him.
337.
you don't like
In the morning.
This is when you just
When
been given a
Princess
clock
calls
for
in
your
the
birthday.
morning. To be like,
Or she refuses to give me a coffee in the morning.
How about this one here? Let's see if we can get this on the screen. Hold on. Hello, what's happening?
Coco.
Let me.
Now we've got to be
we're stuck on your face.
We're stuck on Tabiso's face. I can't deal.
All right, there we go. So there are many more exciting gifts that you can, of course, download. Now, if you want to get your hands on our awesome gifts, all you need to do is SMS the presenter's name to 33728. So, for example, you SMS the keyword Graham for Grahams and Katlego, I believe. Mine is Katlego.
Cat, actually. It's just cat, yeah?
Okay.
I was right.
Okay, you were absolutely
You were right.
Exactly. I was right.
Sorry, Tommy. Sorry, So that's Graham, and there's Kat, and there's Jamie, and Kuse. Each one of those keywords will give you a different folder of gifts as well. So SMS that to 33728. The SMSs will cost you R1.50. No free SMSs apply. And it's very, very simple. And once you receive them, you'll get the link. You go onto the link, download the gifts, save them to your phone, and then whenever you want to use them, just upload them as you will. Post them, comment with them, have fun with them.
But please, like, tag us so we know when you're using them.
Yeah. So that we can claim royalties from you.
You're claiming royalties?
No, I'm kidding.
No, what?
I will.
You must photo cred us each time you use them.
And please, can we make a request to have gifts of Princess?
Well, it's coming.
Hers are actually the top tier.
Now, guys, I'm very excited for this. Every year, the Dal Monument Choir Festival has a community outreach network attached to the festival. And in 2019, William Lloyd Primary was given the opportunity to receive coaching sessions and to take part in the choir festival itself. And they're here this morning, joined by the Voce Armoniche community choir. Beautiful ensemble. And they're about to perform arguably one of my favorite traditional choral pieces called the Ugutula, African traditional. Take it away. Take a bow, beautiful performance. Of course, catch them at the 3rd Dal Monument Choir Festival taking place on the 14th of March. Oh, take a bow, guys. Well done. Everyone together.
Man.
Beautiful. I love that piece so much.
The tickets range from 60 Rand, so you need to head out there for all of this talent. Give them some love, show them the support.
They were saying there's going to be like 800 of them performing that final number together. Just absolutely breathtaking stuff. So thank you so much for blessing us with your talent, guys. We love you.
Hey, by the way, I love you guys. I love working with you guys. I think you're
Isn't there a dog gift? We need it.
Listen, guys, have a good Monday. Make someone smile. I love you.
Expresso Show, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.